Good day, Internet, and welcome to the Monday Night Online Open Mic presented by the legendary Nuyorican Poets Cafe. I am your host for the evening. My name is Advocate of Wordz, and happy Monday to everyone. Okay, let's see the beautiful faces here. Stop sharing. Put the videos on. There they are, the beautiful faces of the Monday Night Online Open Mic community. We have some new people here too. I'm excited. Shout out to Mr. Chris Lopez for getting this puppy started for us. So much to talk about. So let's get right into it real quick. Of course, as I said, this is the Monday Night Online Open Mic presented by the Nuyorican Poets Cafe, number 75 for 75 weeks in a row. Non-stop, we have been doing the Monday Night Online Open Mic. It is every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. If you would like to see past recordings of our open mics, including this one, you can find it on the Facebook and YouTube page of the Nuyorican Poets Cafe. We are currently live streaming on the Facebook and YouTube page of the Nuyorican Poets Cafe. If you happen to be currently watching the live stream, or you are in the future and you are watching the recording of this, make sure you lock this number in. That is our Zoom number on the bottom of the screen, 279-995-364. That is the number we use every Monday, including now if you're watching the live stream. Hint, hint, hint. The number will be on the bottom of the screen for a while. We would like to thank the National Endowment for the Arts, the New York State Council on the Arts, the New York City Department of Cultural Affairs, Amazon Literary Partnership, and the New York Community Trust for sponsoring our free online events. You too can help us with a tax-deductible donation by going to www.nuyorican.org/contribute or to our Cash App, Nuyorican Poets Cafe. Okay, tonight, there's no words there. Where's the theme? Because there is no theme. Tonight, our poets are going to share whatever their hearts desire. The only caveat is tonight, 2-minute limit. It's going to be a hard 2-minute limit. I got my stopwatch and ready if I have to stop people. So please aim for 1 minute and 45 seconds. Tonight, the goal is not only do we want to get to everyone on the waiting list, but we want to try to be able at the end to just pick people out from the crowd in Zoom, those who have been the most active and have poems and ready. So hopefully we get to them. On the right-hand side of the screen, you are going to see that for the next 2 months, I'm letting you know what the upcoming themes are so that you can get ahead and you can write. To do so, you can see all of that on my social media at Advocate of Wordz, when you spell words with a Z, because, poetic license, as I say, week in and week out. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Twitter and Instagram, so make sure and you go give me a follow. Poets, when it is your turn to perform, please turn your camera on. We want to simulate a real in-person open mic as much as possible, and we'd like to see your faces and expressions. So make sure, at the very least, once your turn to perform, put your cameras on. Let's get into some of the rules. We have a lot of people on the open mic. We want to get to as many as possible. So right now, get your poem ready. If you got it in a Word document or in your notebook, don't start shuffling the papers or looking for the file at the last second. Get it ready now so we can jump right into it. Be courteous. Also, normally we have 4 minutes. Tonight, it's only 2 minutes. 2 minutes. It's going to be a hard 2 minutes. Please do not have me cut you off, okay? Be courteous. Also, censorship. Put the kids to bed because our poets say every word that is possible, sometimes even in other languages other than English. So I'm letting you know right now, there is no censorship with this open mic. You have been warned. Also, our poets are going to cover a lot of topics. Maybe not just sexy topics, but like social justice, self-reflection, stuff like that. So things may be triggering. I just want to let you know ahead of time, because we got like freedom of speech and no censorship, and everyone's like free to do what they do, which makes it beautiful. But I understand some people, it's hard to listen to things. Just want to let you know, after the poets perform, you're going to see this message. Click that blue button, that unmute button, so you can be loud and ignorant and shower all the poets with love and admiration like we're at an open mic, and to piss off your neighbors. This is our open mic list. I'm going to start adding it here into the intro. A couple of names I highlighted. First off, starting off is Tiffany Noel. I hope I'm saying your name right. She switched spaces with Amanda Villanueva, who is now going at number 21. Tiffany, this is going to be her first time rocking out. I can't wait to hear her. Nicole Daniel and Lawwin. I feel like I've heard both of them, but I think this is the first time both of them are rocking on the Monday night. Also, if you see number 13, Tara Lee, haven't heard her in months, excited to hear her. Grace Gresham is going 27th. This will only be her second time rocking with us. Lyrical, who was here last week with us, and now he's going to get to rock tonight. I'm excited to hear him. He's the one with like the big beard and the gorgeous hair. Love it. And then also my man, Daniel Viegas. This will be his second time rocking with us. I think the first time was like a month ago. But of course, we got 35 people on the list. Many of them are mainstays here, and we are going to have ourselves a good old time. Tomorrow at 7 p.m., you can't get enough open mic stuff. Make sure you check us out tomorrow. Roz, who is from our community, has produced this show, Hot Poet Supper. Ray Jane, Roz, Pocon, Queso, Sam Park, and Kyla Tucaya Garcia are going to be the features. We're going to have open mics. All that info is on Roz's page at Through Her Big Brown Eyes. Through Her Big Brown Eyes on Instagram. Make sure you go check it out for more info. And it's hosted by me and La Bruja, who is our Thursday night online open mic host. So, you weren't supposed to see that. No, wipe that. Wait. Wipe that off the screen. You did not see that. Okay, you can see this though. The hybrid open mic is going to begin either at the end of this month or beginning of next month. For those of you who don't know, we did it a couple of weeks ago. The hybrid open mic, it is a live stream poetry open mic, just like this. Half of the open mic list will consist of poets participating via Zoom, just like tonight. But the other half will be composed of poets performing from inside the actual New Eurekan Poets Cafe. So we're going to do half and half. That's why it is a hybrid. For more information, make sure that you follow me on Instagram at Advocate of Words. And I guess since I already kind of showed you this, I'll let you know, I hinted at there is another show coming, another monthly series that I am going to be producing. At the moment, I can't say exactly what it is. All you have to know is that it has 21 in it. This is actually an idea that my lady gave to me. She was like, you know, you should do this. And I was like, oh my God, that's great. Now I'm gonna run with it. I think she was thinking of one-off and I turned it into a series. So thank you, Mariela Salazar. I appreciate the idea, babe. And I think the people are gonna love it. I can't wait to talk to you about it, but the contracts haven't been signed yet. So we're not getting into that. With that being said, let us get to business. So those of you who are here on Zoom and are performing, make sure that you have the chat open so you can see all the wonderful things that the people are saying about you while you are performing. And also, if you want, you can change your name. Let me make sure that option is there. It is now there. So if you want to change your name and include where people can follow you online so it's easier for the audience to see, you can do so now. With that being said, let us begin with Tiffany. Where is here we go. Tiffany is a friend of Amanda's, I believe. Hi, Tiffany. And she got her social media handle right there. She is ready to go. So I know you're new, Tiffany. This is how we begin. You let the I hear you loud and clear. Let the people know where they can find you online, and then you've got 2 minutes to perform your poem. Normally we only have 4, but tonight it's 2 minutes. Okay?
Got you. Okay, everybody. Hi, nice to meet y'all. It's so dope to be here. My first time at the New Eurekan. Shout outs to Amanda for giving me her spot. Shout outs to you, Advocate, for holding space. Y'all can reach me at IG Tiffany Noel _10. It's right there on my screen. So let's get into it. Welcome. All right. Hello. Good morning. Good evening. Good something. I'm sorry, the days are all messed into one. Time is irrelevant, and yet I find myself always behind, on my behind, stuck. Y'all ever felt that way? I'm sorry, I don't mean to yell. It's just been a while since I've been out and about these streets. Been a while, but I wanted to meet. Wanted to see what I've been missing, sitting in my 4 walls, no calls. It's been silent. I've been busying myself with everything but myself. But here I am, we outside. And to be honest, just before I came out, I cried. Rather, just before I dragged myself out of bed to get ready, I almost lied. Like I always do, hide, because it's easy. Dike, I'm feeling queasy, I can't go out, but I didn't this time. And I'm glad, I really am. Till next time, you just let me know when. Second one I got, clearing energy. I've broken yet another glass, and I shouldn't be surprised. It's been about time. I've been waiting for this time when I would see both fear and hope shattered, my reflection in the curves that I would then need to scoop up my courage to believe that I have more glasses to spare, that I have other sets to be used, that there's also still time for those glasses to be broken too, for those hope to be preyed on, and for those fears to be broken down. I've broken yet another glass, and I'm not surprised because it's been about time my next level arises without obstruction. So cheers to you. So let the conviction in my voice shatter this glass too. Bring on that new. Thank you.
Unmute yourselves and give it up for Tiffany. Thank you, Amanda, for spreading the word about what we like to do here on Mondays. Thank you, Tiffany. I hope you enjoyed yourself. And please don't be a stranger. Next time you come around, you get to sign up. You'll have 4 minutes. Tonight, we're just doing 2 minutes. Ray Camacho's next. Also, I want to let people know, because I had put it on my social media, that later on, I'm going to be talking about the sign-up process, because I know some things got to change, because I know people have been having a difficult time, and I really want to address that. But right now, let's get to Ray Camacho. We showing some chest. Look out, Paul.
Yeah.
You're not honey trap anymore, Paul. You know the deal, Ray. Where can we find you online? Then let's see your poetry.
Yes, you guys can find me at Ray Did This on IG. I write daily micro poetry. I'm going to be reading from your book, Advocate. It's called Advocate of Wordz, a book of poetry and other creative nonsense that is imperative to your existence. Love you, Dad. This poem is called New Yorican. I am a grandson of the first Neorqueños, direct descendants of Uncle Sam's draft picks of the Latinos, by way of Spanish assimilation of the Taínos, whose prior culture was influenced both by African and Asian traders, primo. I am both deceitful pillager and peaceful villager. I am the Eurocentric immune system surviving the cold, Arawak beauty that was enslaved and sold. I am a deadly arrow, belly of the beast with the smallpox cure. My people's blood is so mixed, but our souls are still just so pure. Now I live on top of the metropolis grid, swinging from coconut trees to city light posts as a kid. So when you're checking for words, cousin, know who you are seeking. I am and always have been a New Yorican. Beautiful. Thank you, Advocate. Such a beautiful poem. Thank you.
Yourselves, give it up for Ray.
Nice to hear Advocate's work always.
At Ray Did This. Yeah, Ray did that. Always making daddy proud. Make sure you give Ray a follow. I know on his Facebook, he is always putting up like micro poems and stuff. Like always every now and then I like to check in and they're like, where's Ray's hat at? Where's his head is today? Okay. He's out there. He's being a little whore. That's all right. He's living his best summer life. I'm loving it. Or then, oh no, today he's being self-respective. Thinking about himself. Go check out at Ray Did This. Okay, next is Nicole Daniel. Let me unmute Nicole. Oh shoot, is Nicole from the Bay Area? Is that why we have the Golden Gate Bridge behind you? We from the Bay Area? Nicole, you're unmuted, but your mic isn't working. Zoom says you're unmuted, but your mic on your computer isn't working. Oh, sounds better. There we go. So where are you located, Nicole?
I'm in Portland, Oregon.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, still Northwest. We can show love to the Golden Gate Bridge. So, Nicole, let the people know where they can follow you online, and then you got 2 minutes to share your poetry. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to go fast and cut me off if you need to. You can find me here, or I'm on Instagram as well. And thanks for having me. This is in honor of Labor's Day, and also I've been having very strange recruiting, just interviews lately. I don't know about you all, but this is in honor of one of the last calls I had. Here we go. Hi there, this is Amanda. I'm calling from company 379. I had you down at 2:30. Is now still a good time? Oh, great. How's your day going so far? Great. Great. So tell me, Amanda, it's Amanda with an H? How funny, because my name is Amanda too, except I don't use an H in my name. Well, so I'm calling from San Francisco, and you're where again? Portland, Oregon. I'm Tifa. Woo! So I'm going to tell you about the company culture. We use the 3 N's: be nice, be neat, and nurture. You know, we nurture each other. Our team is family at Company 379. We stay connected always on Slack, apps, chat, email, Signal, and text. Just don't call. We don't use the phone at Company 379. Does that sound okay to you? Great. And we have free snacks. We have free breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and a Christmas bonus, a free premium subscription to Tinder. You're single, right? Oh, we're single at Company 379. I haven't had sex in 3 years. I'm not gonna lie. Hello? Hello, Amanda? Oh, no, your screen just went black. Yeah, and then you just disappeared. Yeah, I felt abandoned a little. Yeah, and then I felt a little fear. No, I'm okay. I'm okay. How does this all sound good to you? Great. So I'm going to pass your resume on to the hiring manager because I think you'd be a great fit. And it's always such a hard call to find the right candidate. No. You are Amanda. So you have my contact info, and if you have any questions, please call me. Amanda.
Unmute yourself and give it
Nicole,
a
wow.
Yes.
Yes.
Nice.
That was great, Amanda. Yes.
Oh my God, yes.
That was the moment.
Oh my God, the production value, darling.
Make sure that you go follow Nicole. Nicole, make sure that you put your info in the chat so people can follow you, and maybe, just maybe, we can help you find Amanda. I loved it. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe Nicole is an actress. I think I saw that on her Instagram yesterday or today when she followed. So that was awesome. I loved it. Shout out to the Northwest of the United States. I don't think out here in the Northeast, we don't give y'all enough love. Shout out to y'all. Okay, now we're going to Lawwin. I don't think we've heard Lawwin on the Monday night, but I have heard him before. He is awesome. There we go. There he is. Let me unmute him. Lawwin, let the people know where they can find you online. Then let's hear that heat, brother.
All right. Hi, everyone. First time. Finally made it here. Finally got my slot. Not gonna waste this one. All right. So we know that, well, Nicole said, talked about someone who hasn't had sex in 3 years. Some of us have been a little luckier. So this is Into the Peridian. The waves of us crest and crash on this once upon a bed. Our storm-tossed hearts, frantic vessels seeking harbor between arms, between legs, spray of sweat, splash of hair, crags of hips come to grips with clench of lips. Who knows where north is? And who cares anyway? It's you I want to be true to. We are shipwreck and desert island. We are Robinson Crusoe's treasure and Blackbeard's trove. And yours, the only cove I long to plunder. Pull me under. Sing that song again. The one that drowned 1,000 sailors. The one that revealed Atlantis. Let me be Poseidon and possess you for the space of a few whale breaths at least. Let's hide in Davy Jones's locker. Let the Kraken envy our feast. Let the tides watch helplessly. The swell of us would float the ark of both Noah and the covenant, bringing us ashore, finally, breathless. Hold my hand as we find land again, here on this happy shambles, this once upon a bed. Thank you very much.
Give it up for Lawwin.
He's come back.
About time you made it, Lawwin. About time.
Beautiful.
Lawwin, put your information in the chat. I think you got some new friends, some new fans. Like I said, I have seen Lorwin at other open mics and other events. Always thought he was awesome. I'm glad he got here on Monday night, and I'm gonna be speaking about those events in a second. But let's keep moving forward. Want to get as many people on as possible. Dominique Colden is next. Oh, she always brings energy. I love having this woman on. There we go. Dominique, you know the deal. Let people know where they can find you online. Then you got 2 minutes. Go ahead, sis. Loving your hair, by the way.
Hey everyone, you can find me on Instagram at dtruthandlove, and I have 3 micro poems tonight. So let's get into it. The first one is called My Happy Place. Sweet serenity, synchronized with the universe, pure unconditional love, basking in light, honesty, and gratitude for life. And the next piece is Culture Shock. I crash landed, knees wobbly, nerves and sinews shake and tremble as I step foot on the left coast soil. The hard, dry atmosphere bakes into my skin, sealing the scent of hazy pollution deep into my pores. My heart somersaults in excitement and then plummets in fear, stepping into the unknown, millions of miles away from home. And last is Portrait. The soft caress and suppleness of each contour and curve of my frame. Golden glowing, velvety chocolate, sun-kissed skin shaped by the glorious rays of my ancestors. I love how each piece plays an integral part. I am a masterpiece, a work of art.
Give it up for Dominique. Unmute yourself. Give it up for her.
Beautiful.
Okay, girl.
I love Dominique's energy. Give her a follow at DTruthAndLove. Love having her on. I think she's been with us like 2 or 3 months now. She is a mainstay here. She knows better. She knows where she's got to be on a Monday night, all right? There's no place for any of y'all to be on a Monday night but here, unless you're writing a great American novel or you're having some like divine sex. Then you got a real excuse. You got a real excuse. All right. Ron Mark Thompson is next. And Ron is also being co-host tonight for me. Where is Ron? Wait, I know Ron is here. There he goes. Oh, he's co-host. He can unmute himself. Ron, you know the deal. Let the people know they can find you online. And then it's your turn to rock the stage, brother.
Thank you. I will put in the chat where you can find me, including my Bronx Art and Fun Hub. Thursday, I'm hosting a photography showcase. Friday, with Marissa Prada, I'm co-hosting special ekphrastic poetry and prose, September 11th themed. Okay, this is this poem, the short poem that wanted to grow up. This is the story of the poem, very short. It desperately wanted to grow up and get the support. It was given only 2 minutes to be read, though it added many words wanting to be said. It rehearsed itself in front of a mirror glass. It prepared to zoom in front of an audience en masse. It pronounced words clearly and ready for showtime. It even revised itself so that all lines contained a rhyme. Then it met the big poem, 4 minutes long, and wondered aloud, "Hey, why are you so strong? You have so many lines, repeating stanzas, power words, and even some singing. Aren't you afraid that the bell will stop your track and start ringing?" The big poem replied, "Don't you worry, you will get your chance. Just keep writing and reading. One day you too will advance. However, it does not matter your length or your size. Instead, it's the words you choose, their meanings, how wise. You can say a lot within 1 minute or 2. It's what you say, your view. It is who is you. Many times shorter is simply more effective. It is better. You can safely remove a word here or even the occasional letter. Please do not judge a poem by its size. Be kind. Instead, look for some of its highs." So the little poem happily lived ever after in the poetry universe. It felt included, accepted, and so very diverse. P.S. No poet was harmed in the making of this poem in this open mic. I hope you enjoyed hearing it and you will give it a like. And by the way, since I wrote and read this 2-minute poem here tonight, I hope that just like my 4-minute poems, it gave you a smile and made you again shiny and bright. The end.
Unmute yourselves, give it up for Ron
Always
Martin.
shiny and bright.
Oh, nice.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. Good work.
That was like so pure and breaking the fourth wall and then rebuilding the fourth wall. I love it. Ron Mark Thompson, make sure you give him a follow. He does workshops, like you said, and he hosts open mics and stuff. So make sure you give him a follow. Poetic Desire is next. Real quick for those who came in a little late. I need to update this. This is the Monday night online open mic presented by the New Eurekan Poets Cafe. We do this every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We are streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. You look up New Eurekan Poets Cafe, you can find that there, including the recording of this. Of course, I am the host advocate of Wordz, and when you spell Wordz, that's with a Z, because, I'm from the Bronx. Hip hop, what? Sign-ups begin 24 hours before the show at 8 p.m. Eastern. To sign up, you would go to neweurekan.org and you would click the full events calendar list. When you get there, you click on the Monday that you were signing up for, and that would be the 13th for next week, right? And you order an artist RSVP ticket. It's the only way to get on the open mic list. And of course, once again, tomorrow at 7 p.m., that is when we are doing the Hot Poet Supper. It's a feature and open mic hosted by La Bruja and myself. It's going to feature Ray Jane, Pocon Queso, Sam Park, Kyla Tucaya Garcia, and Roz, who is producing it. So make sure you give Roz a follow through her Big Brown Eyes, and that's where you can get all the information. With that being said, real quick, let me get some people in here. Okay, so the open mic list, the sign-up list. As many people know, it is quite difficult to get on. I understand it causes a great deal of anxiety, and I did not realize how many people were having a difficult time signing up. When I had put the word out, let me know, because it took us a minute and 8 seconds to get fixed. If you have any ideas, let me know what your ideas are. And I had a ton of people hit me up. People I thought who were no longer interested in the Monday night online open mic hit me up saying, hey, I've been trying to get on. It's not that I'm avoiding all of you guys. So in terms of the long term, we are looking at a couple of different options with the long term in terms of capping how many times people can sign up. We are looking at possibly making the time limit 3.5 minutes. There's a bunch of different ways that we're doing it. Maybe we're going to do it you can only sign up 3 times a month or twice a month. I don't know. We are going to crunch the numbers. What I am going to ask of people in the short term for the next 2 weeks is when you are signing up, please choose just one of the weeks coming up that you want to sign up for, okay? Whichever one you want, you sign up for, all right? It is not being enforced right now because I want to give myself about 2 weeks to, like I said, to crunch all the numbers to see how we're going to do the sign-up list moving forward. But this is what we're asking of you for the next 2 weeks. Now, to be perfectly clear, if you sign up on the waiting list and we don't call your name, I am not going to consider you getting on, okay? So I'm only worried about people who are getting on right now. That's what we're thinking about in terms of how many times are we going to be able to have people get on, because we literally have several dozen, if not over 100 poets who've been wanting to get on but haven't been able to. So real quick, once again, moving forward the long term, in another 2-3 weeks, things are definitely going to change. And I'm going to ask is that just for the next 2 weeks, maybe we try to self-police ourselves and we turn around and only choose one of the weeks to sign up for. Again, it's not being enforced, but moving forward, this is what we're going to do. We're only going to be able to do but so much in terms of changing it, because we do want people to get on who really want to be on here. And it's really hard for me. It is so hard for me being an advocate of Wordz and telling people, look, you can only come to the open mic a certain amount of time. It is killing me. It is the opposite of what I am supposed to be doing. But in order to get to have more people involved, this is what we're looking at. for the future. I am still open to taking ideas on how we can improve the sign-up list. So if you want to hit me up on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter or whatever is easiest and more convenient for you, don't hit me up in the Zoom. I'm handling a lot here being the host. I'm not going to see your suggestions, but you can hit me up and I will take all of your suggestions and listen to it. But yeah, I think moving forward, we're going to look at a cap, maybe in terms of like 2 or 3 times a month, or in terms of like you can sign up 2 weeks in a row, but not 3 weeks in a row. These are the things we are going to play with, and we are going to gradually move into that because change can be difficult. I know. So we're going to gradually move into that. With that being said, also, some people are wondering, well, how can we offset that? Well, there's a lot of people here who are doing their own open mics, including there's an open mic right before this. There's including one right after this. Look, I want you here every Monday night hanging out. Even if you're not on the open mic list, I want you to come hang out, give the poets love. You are part of this community. But there are also other open mics going on to help alleviate that. Now, of course, I'm also doing the hybrid event, which is going to include all of you and the event 21 that I can't talk about right now because the ink isn't dry, and it's gonna be major. Like, this is major. I'm so excited about this. It's going to be an opportunity for all of you to perform as well. So the New Yorkers going through a great deal of changes. Shout out to La Bruja, who is now on the board of directors. She is a board member at the New York. Dan is leaving. So we're gonna get a new executive director, and Dan basically said, get what you want now, let's set up everything now, so when the new director comes in, things are running smooth. So there may be a bunch of new shows that I'm going to be doing with the cafe. You know, I kind of feel like a 16-year-old and I got free crib. You know, the parents went away, free crib. Okay, with that being said, I think I've taken care of everything. I want to get back to the poetry. We're doing the 2-minute limit today because we want to get to as many poets as possible. And now we're going with the woman who closed us out last week with the Good Night Sweet Poet poem, and that is Poetic Desire. Poetic Desire, my Pisces sister. You know the deal. Where can we find you online? And then let's hear your poetry. Got 2 minutes.
Yes, Facebook and Instagram, Poetic Desire with a K, and 6-word memoirs, Poetic Pisces. Wonderful, great ideas. Love hearing the regulars, but we also want to hear new people. So can't wait to see what we're going to do to get you all on. All right, 2 quick poems. First one is called A Search for Lost Poetic Perch. Though life has turned insanely busy, orbiting such responsibilities has left me a bit dizzy, where I find I'm steadily searching for my lost poetic perching, drowning in a sunken ship of my passion's calling, where resuscitation of inspiration has been stalling. The murky swells of life has stilled its waters. I must find peace in ripples amongst the calm of chaotic clatter, where a breath of fresh air cleanses my choked expression so that I may now speak of rescued revelations. Behold what has lingered in my steadied search, as found time illustrates return to my once lost poetic perch. And the last one for tonight is called Soft Place to Fall. Like a blossoming flower, petals peeling away, are your arms of love revealing its nectar of sustenance to its queen bee, me. A bed of comfort buzzes me to come home to land safely on its feather down pillows, your chest, my sanctuary, my soft place to fall, my lost and found of quiet reflection when in search of a place to relieve it all. You are my nectar, maintaining my sustenance. With your love and support, the nourishment of my soul, the one who's there to catch me when I stumble on the pebbles of life. You, my love, are my soft place to fall. Good night.
Good night. Poetic Desire.
Oh,
Yes, yes.
Thank you.
On my soft place to fall.
Poetic Desire. She is always so giving. Love it, love it. Make sure that you give her a follow and her micro poetry. Pisces sister, man. Pisces are the best, especially those born in February. Yes, I'm biased, like I have the same feeling towards Yankee fans. Next coming up is a man I'm biased towards because he got gorgeous hair, and that is Michael Sindler. Michael, of course, promote lighthousewriters.org and then give us 2 minutes of gorgeous hair.
That's right, lighthousewriters.org, all kinds of great programs and things, including a lot of free events that I cannot recommend highly enough. And real quickly, start with Sonnet for Doomsday. Flowers bend under the weight of raindrops, bright colored petals caught in entropy, and yet they rise again when the rain stops, as if relenting storms have sympathy. The swinging scythe blade that so neatly chops the field when crops have reached their apogee is not unlike the blade that never stops in constant harvest of humanity. Mankind towards darkness wildly gallops in transit from to be to not to be. In truth, all we hold dear are merely props. From the cold grave, there are no escapees. Hope not to bloom again like leaves on trees, for rebirth will not be your destiny. And I'm going to go from that to a haiku sonnet that some of y'all have heard before, called Before the War for C.R. Milne. He frowned and told me, we're all Eeyores on this bus. As we roll downhill, don't even look back. The wood is a memory from before the war. A pig and a bear, sound asleep, softly snoring, cradled their bags, empty honey jar as loud as a heffalump thumping down the aisle. Isn't it a crime that we must grow old before the best of the stories are told? And once again, lighthouseriders.org, y'all. Thank you.
What an ending. Give it up for Michael Sindler.
Thank you, Michael.
I appreciate it.
Michael.
Always good to hear you. Thank you. Thank you.
Great. I love that ending. Michael Sindler, always promoting lighthousewriters.org. Make sure you go check it out. And I really feel like I just want to set up campfire poetry and just feature Michael. That's what I want to do. I want to go camping just to feature Michael Sindler doing poetry. I love this dude. All right, let's keep going. Tanish Kaur, another individual with gorgeous hair. Yes, our people are not just great poets, they have gorgeous hair. Tanish, let the people know where they can find you online, and then give us 2 minutes of goodies.
Sure. TanishCantos.com, Tanish Cantos on IG. And this one is called Mothers, Creatures, Flying Wonders. A flock of black birds swoop by my window, north and west, as if circling my apartment, swooshing around the house, a tornado of playful joy. Their shadows would dance on the carpet, captivate in the morning light if it were morning, but it's afternoon when the sun doesn't reach in. I am sitting across from the middle section of the window. It's a triptych sectioning off the view to the east, road, house, trees. A single black bird flies toward me, it flies for me. In the middle, from above the house, plummeting, always in sight, always in the center of the center section of the triptych, it approaches the window. Its last flaps until, with the momentum of a roller coaster, all its intensity and thrill and the grace of a swan, though somehow not a swan, not a roller coaster, it shoots up, always in sight, always front and center. Commands my attention with its purposeful glide like a resolute gaze, until out of view. Maybe up to the sky, maybe over the house, my, what a view. I see stars. Thank you.
Unmute yourselves, give it up for
you.
Hey,
Tanish.
Honey Long.
Great job. Thank you so much.
Tanish the Tanish.
Beautiful piece.
Wonderful every time.
Tanish the Kraken.
I don't know who put it first, but I saw Ray Jane first in the chat, and someone else said it, Honey Lum. Oh, that's such a perfect Monday night online open mic nickname for Tanish. Honey Lung. Oh, love her voice and her hair. And of course, her right hair. Make sure you give Tanish a follow. Tanish Cantos. She's got it right there in the bottom of the box where you can find her online. I suggest that all of you do that because much of our audience may be watching later on. They're not writing down all the great information of where they can find you because they're in love with your poetry. So I suggest you do that. Jumbilissimo is next. I got to meet this brother not too long ago. Who he is on Zoom is who he is in person. Loving this dude. Jumbilissimo, where can we find you online so that they can find out about the open mic you host right before this one? And then let's get 2 minutes of goodies from you.
I'm going to put everything in the chat, and and I'll pop that in afterwards. I have 2 poems, and let me pull them up real quickly. Here we go. The first is called Because I Was Out of Eggs on Sunday Morning. Shrimp, tomato, and spinach eggs Benedict. Imagine you're an English muffin and you're hoping to maybe be toasted and spread with butter and Smucker's strawberry, but instead they take you from your bag, lightly toast you on a flat top you with fresh wilted spinach, diced sweetly acidic heirloom tomatoes, perfectly poached eggs, creamy lemony hollandaise sauce, and lightly charred shrimp. Suddenly someone pokes the egg with a fork. Its yellow flows like lava from Kilauea and mixes with the hollandaise, sending your English muffin existence into an ultimate culinary purpose. You are now an Eggs Benedict special at the Copper Kettle in Topsham, Maine. Next poem is called The Least Sweet Fruit on Planet Earth. I am a connoisseur of sour grapes. There are people who claim to love the taste of sour grapes. To be palatable, sour grapes must always be sweetened and spiced up exponentially. Making sour grape jelly takes an inordinate amount of sugar. To ferment sour grape, one must submerge them in at least 1.5 times the volume of raw honey for at least a month. Sour grapes are most often used for vinegar, but the vinegar can only be used in small amounts. No matter how sour grapes are consumed, no matter how delicious sour grapes taste in their altered state, sour grapes are still sour grapes. Sour grapes will always cause heartburn in one way or another. Thank you, everyone.
Love that ending. Give it up for Jeremy Lee.
Sour grapes. I love it. Yes.
Always great.
And of course, that poem is in my book.
Taking us
That
hungry.
poem is in my book that's coming out in December called Everything I Think Is All in My Mind.
Woo! Chef Jeremy Lee Simone, our in-house chef. If the apocalypse ever hit and we all gathered in one city, Jeremy Lee Simone would be our chef. He knows all about it, not just the cooking, like he broke down the grapes. You see, like, this is great. I love it. We're going to survive the apocalypse, people, all because of the Monday night online open mic. Next, coming up, my 2021 Valentine, Mary Blenderman. Mary, I am not giving up that title until 2022, okay? Even if my girlfriend kills me for it, I'm going to the end with that title. Mary, let the people know where they can find your website. Now let's hear 2 minutes of fire from you.
Please join me in taking a deep breath in and out. "80 feet above the world, some clinging in me stilled. The illusion of safety somewhere below the mulch and needles, and in its place, the clouds, fallen low and thick as snow in August over the birches and white pine. The sun hovering at the far edge of the expanse like a peach preparing to burst with nectar. Chill on the breeze, blood on my cheek, holding no one's hand. Writing only first drafts because everything is unexpected. Maybe if I swear off editing my mistakes, I won't make new ones. In a forest older than war, there is a tree as tall as God. I don't have to know what I want. The morning tastes my skin with a caramel tongue. The hemlocks gather in their branches a damp and glossy scent, cinnamon and mud and the kind of sex that leaves you breathless, but I'm breathing in silence, holding no one's hand. An invisible orchestra shifts in the ferns, then clatters in the treetops as the deer raise the flags of their tails. The illusion of solitude evaporates with the mist.
Unmute yourselves. Give Mary some.
That's really cute.
Always amazing.
Always phenomenal.
Yes.
I love me some Mary Blenderman. Oh, hold on. All right, do you hear me clear? I heard a lot of static there. Okay, that's gone. Cool. I love me some Mary Blenderman. Go look up her website, maryblenderman.com. When you spell Blenderman, that's with 2 N's at the end. Next coming up is my former wingman, Mr. DGclarin. But he was an excellent wingman. He did nothing wrong. DG, you know the deal. Where can we find you online? And you got 2 minutes to rock out.
Thanks, Advocate. Advocate, so good to be here. Good to be here with everybody else. You can find me at DGclarin on the net if you just pull that up. I have one poem for you tonight. It's called Seconds. Seconds. Growing up, I was always number 2. The second born, the second son of a sailor's second son, with secondhand clothes, wearing all of my brother's, his shoes, his pants, his belts, his shirts, his coats, his socks. I got the top bunk, the second bed. My bike was a second hand-me-down, a secondhand Schwinn with a torn seat, with faded streamers coming out of the hand grips and worn out baseball cards clipped to the spokes. My classmates called me a square. When I was assigned a seat, it was always in the second row. In band, I was the second chair. In sports, I was the second to the last to be picked. On the football team, I was on the second string. My baseball glove came from the secondhand shop with a dirty baseball and frayed stitches that had lost their color. In our car, I always had to ride in the second row. As an afterthought, my first girlfriend picked me as her second wind when her boyfriend dumped her. They tell you not to settle for seconds. I was salutatorian of my class, the second best, the second place. For a second, that's pretty damn good. Number 2. Thank you.
Oh my God!
That was performance level. That performance sank in our heart.
DGclarin on Facebook. Those of us who are familiar with the Monday Night Online Open Mic will not be surprised that he was inspired to write that poem since Amanda started taking the first place on the open mic list and he started coming in second. Though I felt a little triggered by the poem because I was good at baseball, but I always had a second baseman's arm. I was just never good enough. I got triggered. DGclarin, make sure you look him up. He's on Facebook. All right, Tara Lee. I love this woman's name, Tara, because I'm from the Bronx, so we don't pronounce the R's at the end of words. So when I talk about like terror, I call it Tara. And I love saying your name, Tara Lee, and she's such a sweetheart. We haven't seen her in a while. Tara, let the people know they can find you online, and then you got 2 minutes to shine.
Hey everybody, it's good to be back. Oh my gosh, I had a lot going on in August, but here's where you can find me. Everything's under one name now for socials, Tara Lee W, and of course my website, taralee.com. And on that website, you can find out how to get my books. Yes, my 2 books. Yes, go ahead and check that out. Yes, I have one poem for you all. I finally get to read this poem for you all, and I'm just gonna go into it. I am a tape measure, measuring the lengths people go just to be themselves. 30 years and counting, my tape keeps unraveling. God just keeps scrolling, then standing me up. Don't let go. I'll wobble. Don't let go. I'll bend. Don't let go. My perfect posture will snap to an L, and it hurts too much when God tries to put me back into place. It gets harder to stay straight the longer I go. I wonder when he'll finally reach the end. Thank you, everybody.
Unmute yourselves. Give it up for
That was wonderful. Thank you.
Powerful.
Yeah. Loving
Tara
you.
Lee, make sure you go give her a follow. Tara, put your information in the Zoom chat as well, because you know us people are lazy. We like to copy and paste. Go support her, get her books. Love seeing you, Tara. I'm glad that all is well with you, and I hope that August has been kind to you, busy in a good way. Next coming up, Scott Pleasance. You may hear us say, "Great Scott, we have a pleasant gesture." That is because before even I realized we had an issue here with signing up, Scott understood it and he gave up his spot for someone else. So now we always mention him. Scott, you know the deal. Where can the people find you online? Now let's hear 2 minutes from you.
You got it. I appreciate it. You can find me on Instagram at IamPoet33. And being that we're talking about this 2 minute, I decided to say F the 2 minute. It's for my New York City folks. I mean, this poem is going to be long like riding the 2 train from the Bronx to Coney Island, long like trying to get across the GW Bridge on a Saturday night, long like trying to leave that club after someone just started a fight, long like trying to drive on the Long Island Expressway at 5 o'clock. Long like waiting for the bus to come when it's snowing outside. Ladies, long like waiting for your man to pick you up after work. You know he promised you a ride. Long like waiting for your final exam test results to be posted. Long like waiting for the test results from any woman that you ever dated or ghosted. Yes, this is gonna be a long poem. Long like the next first of the month when you just got that check on the first of the month and you know that money won't last. Long like waiting for that package to arrive from the post office when you didn't use first class. Long like watching Freddie Prinze on Chico and the Man, Julio on Sanford and Son, and Juan Epstein on Welcome Back, Kotter. Yeah, that was a long time ago. Do I have your attention? Long like listen to a Paul Conceso and Elemento collabo. Long like waiting for that computer to reboot after it fell off your bag and you heard boom. Long like being in between exits on the bathroom. Long like waiting for the cop to write you that ticket when you got pulled over. Long like waiting for the rain to stop when you forgot your umbrella. So this really wasn't a long poem, and I appreciate the shortened theme. And just in case you don't know it, I stayed within the 2 minute limit and will yield to the next poet. In peace.
He did stay within 2 moments. Give it up.
The fucking highlight reel.
Genius.
Scott Pleasance, shots fired. Bop, 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 bop. I guess Scott can get away with it because he's a pleasant dude, right? Make sure you go give him a follow. I am Poet33 on Instagram. He'll give you some poetry. He'll give you some weather updates. Love this dude. Next coming up is Marissa Prada. I had mentioned before that there are other open mics going on. This woman hosts many of the open mics, including the one right before this one. Well, she doesn't host it. She's a producer. Generalissimo hosts it. Marissa, let the people know where they can find you online, and let's get some 2 minutes of goodies from you.
What's up, advocate? Yes, please come find me. Marissa Prada, Facebook, Prada Painting and Poetry on Instagram. You can find me at The Word Is Right, WRITE. We have open mics almost every night of the week. My book is available, Conversations with Grief. It is through my press, Red or Green Books. Red is READ. Just so you guys know, we are doing a 9/11 memorial poetry event this Saturday. It's the 20th anniversary of 9/11. All of the featured poets on there are either active duty, retired. We got Mr. Speaker in the house. They're either first responders or frontline workers during COVID. So please come listen to all of those people. We got Word Gorilla and Amber Dragala in 2 weeks, and Ron Mark Thompson and Diane Ward the last Saturday of the month. And of course, this Thursday, I'm going to be doing an ekphrastic workshop with Ron Mark Thompson and the Bronx Art and Fun Hub. So thank you all so very, very, very much. Now, this poem was written as a 2-minute slam. Normally you do not have trigger warnings in slam poetry, but to honor my brothers and sisters on the mic, I will give you a trigger warning for this. Trigger warning for infant death. This poem is titled Listomania. Grief causes to-do lists. Call my mother, call my sister, call my friends, burial or cremation. What color flowers? Phone is ringing, ringing. Can we have a funeral during COVID? What dress should she wear? Check email. How much will this cost? Car payment is due. What time is it? Get ready for work. Shop around funeral homes. Who is calling me now? I should probably eat something. Did you know most funeral homes don't charge for a baby casket? Yeah, okay. Order flowers. Tomorrow is trash day. Get death certificate. Buy groceries. Get body release from coroner. Fill car with gas. Pick up the phone. Pick up her toys still on the floor. Choose picture for prayer cards. Dishes still in the sink. Open casket or closed. Who will eulogize? Phone is ringing, ringing. Call them back. Her baby clothes are still in the washer. Almost $10,000 for a funeral. I should probably shower, meet with the cemetery, buy aspirin, pick out a headstone, make more phone calls, more phone calls. Have to pump my breasts. Package arrived, right list down, funeral home, $2,000. Death certificate, $10. Transport remains $325. Embalming, $725. Prepare body, $250. Facilities and funeral staff, $425. Memorial print package, $150. Hearse, $325. Does a baby need a hearse? Cremation, $295. Gravesite service, $6,000. Burial plot, $6,000. Casket, free for infants. Thank you.
Ooh, unmute yourself.
Wow.
Give some love to
Wow,
Marissa
wow,
Prada.
wow, wow,
Marissa.
wow.
Damn, Marissa.
Wow.
Sorry, this is amazing.
Well
Thank
done.
you.
Such a good way to say it too.
Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for
Powerful.
sharing that.
Oh, and very sad.
Marissa Prada, go look her up. Go give her a follow. Her poetry is always so giving. Whether it's a difficult subject like this or whether she is getting into eroticism, as I said before, as a poet, she is very giving. I appreciate that in a writer. Marissa Prada, love that woman, even though she's a Packers fan. Oh my God. Can't believe I said that out loud. We're going to have to erase that from the tape. Next up is Pocon. Paul, you know the deal. Let the people know where we can find you, Mr. Honey Trap, online. Although you saw Ray Camacho, he's coming for it, man. He's coming for it. I don't know. So where can we follow you online? And you got 2 minutes to rock out. Go ahead, brother.
At Pocon Queso on IG and Linktree in respect of trying to stick under the 2 minutes. I'm not going to do my meditative moment, but I will say Storm God's in the building, Storm Force Movement, Men Who Heal, all the other good shit. All right, this piece is called 120 Seconds because I have a problem keeping it under that. So I wrote this with that in mind. 120 seconds. Tapping a finger to the hand on the face of an invisible clock on their wrist, telling me to wrap it up. And they ain't mean prophylactics, yet still handed me the magnum and said, blast away, the shrapnel of which sent sparks of creation flying all about the cafe. Said, I'm gonna get it ASAP like Rocky. Most deaf, as if Yasin Bey, secondhand spectating these wormholes of verbal uncertainty. In my own words, conviction, overstuffing lines like starving children. Unsure the next instance, they may see full plates again. Because these advocates of secondary measurement constraints say that I must abide by the time provided me. And I'm all like, time is a flat circle, man. In my own best impression of Cole, Rust, and True Detective, because you know what? Irrespective of the liminality of these time, space, kept principalities, I will try my best to oblige, yet fully apprised of the notion. No matter how long I go, I am my own biggest time suck, critic, an obstacle that despite my long-winded Angelica Schuyler-esque attempts to rewind, I will never be satisfied with what I provide on the physical stage or this virtual, like vertigo, the ground below calls out for me. And I'm so nosebleed high up each time I black out in the seconds following. Storm God's in the building and the rest of my prefixing, predisposed to preachering, weighted by the fatigue it brings, but indefatigable me. Knows I am the one thing in life I can control, that I am inimitable, I am an original, a new 2020 pillar, though it's pivotal how I pivot from self-confidence to a black box wreck of basic respect, gone with the wind and its flight manifests, trying my best to manifest inverse breath. Inverse manifest to best my trying manifest flight, and it's wind with the gone respect basic you wreck boxed black confide in self from pivot how I pivotal pillar though 2020 New York original inimitable control can I life it knows I am the one indefatigable thing bring it fatigue preachering to predispose prefixing my rest the building in God's storm following the second blackout tie me up high bleed knows each me out calls below ground the vertigo like virtual the stage physical provides what I need satisfied never will I be but severing verse spectacles of self-destruct as I play in real time the rewind button because I know the potential of my art is I can align my voice in just the right time if I can concentrate lines qualitative over quantity soon enough I'll find myself so very fucking above and beyond an idea I could ever conceive of simply being satisfied.
Give it up for Pocon.
Nice.
Oh, always love your stuff.
Dude, nice.
Satisfied.
Oh my God. Pocon Queso, give him a follow. Queso's Queso. 2 minutes and 25 seconds. You've got to respect the time, man. You're killing me. You're killing me. This is why even Scott Pleasance had to shoot shots. Shots fired. Pocon Queso, go give him a follow. We adore this dude. Next, coming up from the Bay Area, Metronome. We got a bunch of badass poets on here, and this is one of them. Let me unmute her box. There we go. Oh, look at that. She's on Instagram. Awesome. Let the people know. Oh, yeah. Hold on. You're going to show the shoe game. You know the deal. Show the shoe game.
Yes. These are my new shoes. I'm so excited. So anyway, that's what brings me joy. Word by Metronome at Instagram. And this is called I am going to mash it down. Rasta, faster the love and jump starts me heart, reveals the imposters, uplift my soul, reveals what's in the dark. 3 little lark relieve my stress and help me confess what weighs heavy on me chest, surfing my emotions, letting go of sorrow that resides in my bones, listening to the natural mystic in my soul, conquering me life foes, always listen to my gut stand firm and proudly overcome my mind tricks, resist needing superficial fix. 3rd time a charm come out of the war once again, thanks Selassie I every day, always makes a way, shows me the one who betrays, stay away from the cray, the one who make me cringe, always walking on the fringe. I don't let them rearrange my soul, can't control I, and put me in their role. Reggae music keeps me in the game, no sellout for the fake fame, can't tame me lying. I from Mount Zion, don't sell me pie in the sky, you will be shot down if you try. I got bigger fish to fry, I found my voice beneath the conditioning, resist all the gaslighting, gloves on for the good fight, my game is flying tight, woke up from a coma, see the wolves in their persona. Don't come at me, I grew a life in my tummy, kept him alive with my bosom, I'm the power, fear me, I recognize crocodile tears. Surf the waves of my own flow, reveal the one-trick pony shows, come at me crooked, you will fall, I call up me higher power on the phone. He always answers, never keeps me hanging, he is off the hook, always keeps me on the line, his line is never busy, saves me from my own tizzies, leather frizzies in my hair, let my curly locks down, never wearing me a frown, protect the locks and braids, never afraid of the wolf pack, lion of Judah breaks every chain, and that is a fact. I get drunk off the spirit, fool spirit, stay away from the frenemies and the screw face a light, no more dark, never let myself down, do not believe the foe, binge watching HBO, no more Netflix and chill, take me on a real date, stay away from the liars and the fakes, hang out with the artist that creates, I'm a child of the Rasta man, moving out of Babylon, stay on the child with the high frequency, dancing to my own tune easily, chant a summer day, pray to Jaja every way, thank you poets on the Zoom, you keep my head above the loom, your spit smells like perfume, I appreciate your kindness on the chat, I take me hat off to the cool cats. This is dedicated to all you poets who flows it, knows it, protected from the wicked man, you help me chant down Babylon, the highest battle, you never follow the cattle, you take me to a higher plane, we spit out all the shame, we live in our own fame, love you poets, you're the bomb, bam, boom, give thanks and praise.
Unmute yourself, give it up for
Metronome.
Wow.
Always fire.
You poets.
Word by Metronome. She's on Instagram. Go check her out. And her shoe game is killer. Killer, man. She got the shoes on point. And you know she got the pocket knife hidden somewhere. You know she got the razor under her tongue. Like, you don't mess with people from the Bay Area. You could bounce their head off of concrete and they're going to get back up and hit you. So I love it. Word by Metronome on Instagram. Go check her out. Okay, next coming up is Elemental. Ooh, he is just smooth today. All right, brother. Where can the people find you online? and then let's get you 2 minutes in.
Advocate. Good look, man. Appreciate you to every poet that ripped before and after. Truly appreciate all of you. You can find me at elemental.com, man. My book, Calamity. Yo, check it out. So rip these 2 minutes real quick. My cat behind me. First off, storm gods in the building. Men who heal. Poison clan on the rise. It takes a level of spiritual focus only known to few to breathe through soul's control state of being beyond focus into new space of seeing through action where lines become signs of umbilical connection to destiny. Air, reincarnation of saving grace with savagery laced in weather veins that bleed, tropical depressions, tornado facial expressions, push wind speeds past critical levels, last bender of air from every angle, transcender of timelines to learn every element for protection. Water, soft and solid, quiet riot of fluidity with Katara affinity, listening to sonar secrets of apex carnivore delicacies, tailfin assassins, home and deepest unknown typhoon swell, tidal waves crash into earth, seeing vibrations without eyes, movements fused with granites turn heavy to medley of metamorphic disasters with dolomite drip spit from lips that sip sulfur, diamond culture, cement flow through bones, cyclone, fire, fresh out the frying pan, Prince Zuko stance, feel heat in eye roll, spiral, flame, burn reminders, these scars, respect the heat, these scars, protect the heat, it scars, tears become embers of wildfire fantasies, blaze, devil, full metal, tough, Elric posture, wrap titanium around dangling craniums, make mercury playthings with tungsten punctuation, sharpening iron on this road to Zion, eye of storm, heavyweight, arrows pointing in to ensure the energy is not misplaced, to become something much, much more when he enters the avatar state.
Woo, unmute yourselves. Give it up for Elemental.
Inhuman.
He went.
Quite an elemental calamity, Cassie.
Gotta go like this.
Wow, very nice.
Make sure you go to Elemental's website, elemental.com. You take the T out and you put in the 2 when you spell Elemental. He's a nerd. He's an anime and comic books, but so am I. I love it. I love it. And he's rocking the fedora, looking good, looking good. All right, we are more than halfway through the list. I mean, halfway through the list of 35 people. So I think we're going to be able to get to some people hanging out in Zoom that didn't even get to sign up. Next, coming up, the apple of my eye. Catherine Badan. Catherine, let the people know they can find you online and then give us 2 minutes of
Hey,
goodness.
hello, Fragrant Blossom. This is my website, catherinebadan.com. You can see everything on there. I want to wish everyone who's Jewish a happy Rosh Hashanah, and even if you're not, Happy New Year. And I have 2 short pieces, and I'm not going to stop in between. One I wrote just yesterday, and the other one I wrote in 1977. So I've been around a while. I know I look fantastic. It's because I'm a vampire. New Yo sign up. Oh my God, it's Sunday night, 5 p.m. West Coast time, and the familiar butterfly punch in my gut is here once again. I always feel signing up for Monday's New Yorican Poets Cafe is just like doing an eBay swooping bid. My heart starts to palpitate furiously while my stomach is doing mad backflips. It's nerve-wracking, exciting, and super stimulating. Maybe it's a little too stimulating, counting down the seconds from 1 minute before we can actually sign up. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then it's almost 60 seconds and I keep obsessively refreshing the page. Am I doing this right? Until suddenly, miraculously, that little artist sign up box appears and it's finally on. I gotta make sure I spell my name right and then click submit and then keep clicking on continue and agree, because if I make a mistake, I'll have to go back and highlight it, then delete it and correct it. And by then, oh my God, I'll have wasted 14 precious seconds and land in position 22 instead of 110. Big breath. Phew. You know, actually, I'd say eBay bidding is a lot easier. A woman having lunch with her 5 kids and 1 on the way. That makes 6. She may not have a lot of money, but she's got a lot of love. You can see it in her smile. So she wipes a daughter's face and straightens with a sigh. A woman having lunch with her 5 kids and 1 on the way. That makes 6, and she's just about to cry.
Unmute yourselves. Give it up for Catherine.
That should be a writing prompt, eBay bidding.
Oh, that was good. A writing prompt based off of Catherine's poem. CatherineBadan.com. When you spell Badan, it's BADIN.com. The apple of my eye. I love that nickname she gave me, Orange Blossom. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. All right, real quick, those of you who may have joined us late, this is the Monday Night Online Open Mic. If you would like to join us because you're watching through Facebook or through YouTube, you will see in the bottom right next to my name, Advocate of Wordz. It is the Zoom number for you to join us. Make sure you lock it in. We use that number every Monday. Okay, let us continue on as now we have Unmesh Mohitkar. We're going to India. Unmesh Mohitkar. Unmesh, I don't see Unmesh. Let me type his name in here. Yep. It says that he's here. Let me ask to unmute him. There he goes.
Hey, Advocate.
How are you? Wait, it was one of your kids' birthdays this week?
Yeah, my daughter's birthday.
Oh, happy birthday. Happy birthday, Dad. That's what's up. That's what's up. All right, Umesh, let the people know where they can find you online, and then you got 2 minutes to rock out.
Thanks, Advocate. Here you can find me Unmesh Mohitkar on IG and Facebook. I've got a book Light Shadow Life on Amazon, and every Saturday 8 p.m. India time, that is 10:30 a.m. EST, I've got an open mic as well. So this poem was read by Marisa in her Instagram live. That is wonderful. This is a very short poem and I will read it. This is from my book. Okay, it's called Just Hang On. Just hang on. Still sun rises. Moon is stunning. Birds fly. Flowers bloom. It's not the end, my friend. You are there for me. I am here for you. Together, let the gardens of our minds bloom. Tiny birds fight the wind. My friend, till the tide turns. My friend, till the tide turns. Keep walking. Just hang on. Just hang on. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
I wasn't prepared for that because we're usually doing it longer. Unmute yourselves and give it up for Unmesh.
Good job. Happy belated birthday to your daughter.
Unmesh Mohitkar, make sure you give him a follow. He hosts his own open mic, and I have said before, like, I know he is in India, but he's got the energy and the spirit of the founders of the New York Poets Cafe who believe that every syllable counted. I love the way he reads and he performs. Love your energy, Unmesh. Thank you, and happy birthday to your daughter. That's what's up. Okay, now we are going to another badass poet, Jane Spoken Word. Amanda had to step out, and Amanda was like, I want to give it to a badass poet, Jane Spoken Word. Jane, where can we find you online? And then you got 2 minutes to rock.
Peace, y'all. I'm Jane Spoken Word online, IG, and website, janespokenword.com. Thank you, Amanda, for the pleasant gesture. This is from my new book in the works. It's called Waltzing with Memories. She wanders the streets, her life tucked into her pockets, deliriously dancing with shadows down desolate alleyways. Under shadowed street lights, she smiles to herself. She's waltzing with memories. She hums as she dances, eyes shaded, but she does not see. From the past to the present, her ghosts keep her company. A love never broken, her grief did never cry. She laid down her burdens in faded sunset skies. Never dreary or alone, memories keep her company. No longer sorrowed and forlorn, she dances her love song. She wanders the street with her life tucked into her pockets. Under the shadowed streetlights, she smiles to herself. She's waltzing with memories. Peace, yo. Thank you.
Unmute yourself. Give it up.
Love you, Jane. Beautiful.
Love your work so much. Jane Spoken Word. Make sure you go give her a follow. Shout out to her partner who be playing on the strings along with the poets. They got to rock out with us on Saturday for the hybrid open mic and Wild Poets. It was great. She is a badass and her husband has the scars to prove it. Okay, next coming up is Paul Skiff, the OG here at the Monday Night Online Open Mic, the OG at the New Eurekan Poets Cafe. I always say he's got more claim to this open mic than I do. Paul, it is a pleasure to see you as always, brother. Let the people know they can follow you online and then rock out.
Hey, likewise, advocates. It's always kind of permission to make it through the next rest of the week once I get a gander at you running this thing. It's good to be here with everybody. I just been posting most recently on Skiffgram on Instagram. I'm just gonna do like 10 or so 1-line or 2-line poems. The first one is, love and war have a custody battle over all is fair. You can never tell, leaves knowing with nothing to say. Stolen thunder makes righteousness stare through the pawn shop window. You never know is an always without anything to worry about. Want to know how big an idiot the mayor is? Just ask the neighborhood's illegal guns. What do you expect ends up waiting for what already happened? You should have seized the past as an improvement. Mind your manners. Searches self-consciousness for a leak. Will tomorrow ever come? Asks impatience to get philosophical. Kind of is reluctant to confess in full. Money that grows on trees says it doesn't. The last one is, if I can find it, what would happen if you were pissing into the wind and the wind dodged?
Unmute yourself, give it up.
Hilarious.
Good job, Paul. Good stuff.
PaulSkiff.com, SKIFF, Skiffgram on Instagram. Go give this dude a follow. I love him, love him. All right, let's keep it going. Vexed Lex is next. Oh, shoot, Vexed Lex making it 2 weeks in a row. Keep up the energy. Where can we find you online? And then you got 2 minutes to rock out.
Okay, you guys can find me on Instagram at VexLexPoetry. All right, so this is untitled. It's no theme Monday. What the hell am I supposed to write about? The woman that I like and the things she does with her mouth? Or should I keep it clean, but this no theme feels kind of like a scheme? Maybe I'll keep it raw. Childhood traumas, bad mental health days, my last heartbreak. I should just talk about it all. A letter to my mother, thanking her for how I was raised. A letter to myself full of overdue praise. My observations on my scenic tour of 125th and Lex, how the increase in crackheads has me feeling vexed. Maybe I'll comment on how no theme screams for all sorts of topics to come to light. A poem about my darkest hours when I yearn to feel bright. A poem about how Slick has been gone for almost 2 years and my fear that another dog would just replace him. His absence still breaks my heart. Or maybe a poem about how most days I feel like a piece of misplaced art. The list goes on. My choices are endless. I'll write when I'm feeling restless. Thank you, advocate of Wordz, for not having a theme while my stream of thoughts continues to ripple and the choices at my disposal continue to triple. Thank you.
Ooh, unmute yourselves, give some energy.
Nice.
That was really good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Loving you.
I love how these poems are like breaking the fourth wall, be a meta, however you want to describe it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Yes, the no theme is a scheme. Make sure that you give Vex Lex a follow. Vex, make sure you put your information into the chat like she just did. Vex Lex Poetry on Instagram. I'm loving it. Let's keep the energy going. Nick Paleologos, our cult leader. Nick, where can we follow our cult online? And then 2 minutes to rock out.
Right in the name. All there for you. Short poem, little shorter poem. Doomsday Clock. 2 minutes till midnight. 2 minutes become 2 days, 2 decades, 2 painful minutes to the clock. Born out of alchemy with a cauldron and a dragon's tail. I crafted these spells out of nothing. Flowers were always my communication. Flowers were always my communication. They did not speak to me at all. They did not speak to me at all. They only gave me a spellbound book. They only gave me a spellbound book that washed away painful cuts and tears. That washed away painful cuts and tears. Past actions rip off ink blots and content. Contents contains the powerful, the painful punches. Trauma that left me so lonely. Reborn from traumas out of poetry. I crafted these spells out of
Unmute yourselves. Give some love to Nick Paleologos.
Nice. Yes.
Join us. Good.
Bravo. Teacher and also
Nick,
the
come back.
yes.
Come back.
One of us, Nick. Nick, you should come back next Monday night. I think the people like you. Nick Paleologos at The Real Nick P. I'm joking with him because he is the one who always likes to yell, one of us, one of us. And that means he wants you back here. He also hosts his own open mic every other Wednesday, the first and third Wednesday of the month, right? I got it right this time. Last time I said every Wednesday, I was putting him to work too much. Make sure you go give him a follow at The Real Nick P. Next coming up is my skydiving partner out in the West Coast, California, Alexander Goldberg. Alexander, let people know where they can find you online and then give us your 2 minutes.
Gorbensky on Instagram, and I'll put the rest into the chat. So my poem is about the Hurricane Ida, and it is called The Nature is Raging. 46 people died when the storm has arrived due to floods that the hurricane caused. We have seen heavy rains that hit the 4 states on the evening of September 1st. We have seen many deaths because water has swept many cars on the streets. It occurs. Other people were found in apartments they drowned. They were living on the lower floors. It has flooded the basement, cut off the electric, and damaged the roofs of the buildings. When the tornado hits, we can see city streets and the roads turning into the rivers. Many drivers were trapped. From them died like that. We're in state of emergency now. People were asked to stay home at least for today while we try to restore things somehow. Roads are now being cleared, but we're living in fear. What might happen when next one arrives? We've created the bond when we try to respond to disaster and save people's lives. But when everything's wrong, we're persistent and strong. We will still have poetic events, so we won't ever stop. New York City is on top. We're each other's supporters and friends. Thank you.
Mute yourselves, give it up for Alexander.
Nice.
Thank you.
Nice.
Let's go, Alexander.
Alexander Goldberg, make sure you give him a follow. And yes, the floods over here in New York City were crazy. Highways near my house were like flooded. People abandoned their cars. It was nuts. Unfortunately, I believe there was 9 people who died in New York City and New Jersey. So it was crazy. Power going out. So thankfully, me and mine are good. I hope everyone else is good. I hope your loved ones are good. Thank you, Alexander Goldberg. We call him the Goldberg. Next coming up, I see where. Wait, I don't think he's here. No, I looked him up. He's not here. I don't know where he is. I hope all is well. I'll keep him moving. If he comes later, we'll get to him. Now we're going to Grace Gresham. I believe this is going to be only Grace's second time with us. Let me unmute Grace, right?
That's right.
Awesome, awesome. And I believe last time you rocked out, Nick Paleologo screamed out, "You are one of us," which means
right.
that all of your Monday nights are ruined. You're going to be with us. So, Grace, let the people know where they can find you online, and then you got 2 minutes to rock out.
All right. Hey, everyone. You can find me at my Instagram, GE Gresha. I will put it in the chat after this. I'm going to try to read 2 poems, so we're going to move quickly. Here we go. The first one is called Filigree Frosted High. I'm telling you, we'll tiptoe and pass the party, the glitter catching the wind. I'm certain it'll be peppered in our hair when daylight sings. For now, we'll deny waiters pushing silver and champagne, or be folly to one more as parting gifts all. And I'll push Sherry with wayward arms from the staircase to heaven, as some are ascending, galloping along the felt like open mother's arms. I promised we gaze at the pool of partygoers from filigree frosted high. The chandelier will swing, we'll count diamonds together with their shimmering and shadows pouring onto us. The fireworks will sing light through your eyes and the green as blue as the pool of partygoers from filigree frosted high. All right, and then the second one is called Clockwork Beyond. And if I bear 8 days I've seen solstice falling apart to mark our day, whether it be high noon or with marmalade, with clockwork beyond lost birds and aqua blue day. You notice, you wave at bunkered metal, clashing with your heels. Still I feel genuity in your guise of things. It is in between the invitations and the whim, whether it be we're clockwork beyond for our meet your day. Once the chimney blows, where sky is sea and dirt road coastline await, clockwork beyond.
Ooh, and on time, minute and 20 seconds. Give it up for Grace.
There we go.
Nice, great.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Skills. Yay.
Grace Gresham, we're not going to scream out, "You're one of us," because she's already one of us. We already got her in our tentacles. She's going to become a mainstay here. Grace Gresham. Grace, put your info into the chat so that people can copy and paste it. Shout out to Brandy Walker. I don't know if she's laughing at my joke or someone else in the background, but I'm going to assume she's laughing at my joke. Brandy's always coming in and checking us out. I appreciate you, Brandy. Let's keep it moving. By the way, folks, we're already a few people into the waiting list for tonight. So this 2-minute thing is working beautifully for tonight. Next, we are coming up to another badass person, and that is Thomas Connor. Wait, where is Thomas? I don't see him. Let me look up his, yep, it says he's here. So let me ask to unmute him. I don't know where his box is. Where are you, Thomas? There we go. Oh, there we go. Now I see you. Awesome. Brother, where can people follow you online? And again, the floor is yours for 2 minutes.
You can find me at Facebook, Thomas Connor, CONNOR, and TAC7371 at Instagram. So let me just rock it right now. I just wrote this, actually. I forgot the theme. So, my bad. Let me stop. So, don't know this world no more. Don't know if I ever did. This earth seems unfamiliar to me, but her trees still look the same. They just slump a little lower. No sweet chariot, but that strange fruit over there, still the core of our necks. Still stretched, that can be human. That can't be human, the body nor the act. What beings condones this cacophony of broken necks in high tune? Block borders, bag bodies in color, red, white, and blue. War and the killing still in the nature of her, and you know how she do. Peace.
Ooh, unmute yourselves. Give it up for Thomas.
Great use of 2 minutes there. Yes, it really was. Thank you.
Thomas Connor. How can you forget the theme when there was no theme? Thomas Connor. I love this dude, man. He kicks ass, right? That's all I'm gonna say. I'm walking around like a big dog because I know Thomas got my back, because if anyone tries to get in no fight, I'm just gonna point to Thomas like, yo, handle it for me, brother. Handle it. And he will. I'm joking. Thomas Connor, make sure you give him a follow. Next coming up, we are going from a Mets fan to a Phillies fan, Terry Rose Jertson. And Terry actually had the golden ticket. Where is Terry? I don't see her now. Where is there? Oh, there she is. I see her here. Let me unmute her. She had the golden ticket. She was the 100th unique poet of season 2 for us. So she was able to jump in whenever she wanted on any show. And she did, I think it was last week. But now she signed up and is proper. Terry, where can the people follow you online? And you got 2 minutes to share your poetry with us.
I'm on Facebook under my name, Terry Rose Jurtson, and I'm on Instagram under iFunnies Mom with IFUNNIEZ Mom. I'm going to read about one of the clients that I used to work with who passed away, Ashley, the girl with the red hair. Sometimes you just know the questions that they ask if they're going to make it. The destruction is in full swing along with the wrong choices. AA and NA meetings 6 times a week are wasted by cracking jokes and scrolling on phones. Sometimes they would share something, but it was never sincere. I would hear all the laughing in the van on the ride home. They would be having sex in the back seat. There's always couples pairing off, and there's always someone getting pregnant. This time she got her heart banged up when he rejected her love. He knew it was only good. He knew it was only a good time. And she had some hard choices to make. She played the game well and fooled everyone into thinking that she was going to be okay. She wasn't. Probably after a few weeks of her getting accepted at an Oxford house, she OD'd and died. I wonder how many lives were lost that day.
Give some energy to Terry Rose Jurtson.
Oh,
Y'all.
wow.
Give us some love.
That was very good. I really liked that.
That was really good. Thank you. Thank you.
Beautiful. Oh, so hit so
Thank you
hard.
for that. Thanks for sharing.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing, Terry. Terry Rose Jurtson. You can find her on Facebook. She bounces around at a few of the open mics, and usually she comes on Monday night. She just listens. I am so happy that she has been sharing of late. I think she has shared like 3 times in the last 5 or 6 weeks, which is crazy because for like months she was just like hanging out and listening to us. Terry, thank you so much. I appreciate you. And I'm not mad about you being a Phillies fan. I'm not mad. I don't feel threatened by them. Boom. I love it. All right. Mr. Speaker is next. Let me tell you, I walk around here acting all gangster, not because I'm from the Bronx, but because I know y'all, including Mr. Speaker. Because if we ever went to war, this man is a general, and he will get people running into a brick wall for him. Mr. Speaker, where could the people follow you online? And they give us 2 minutes of fire, brother.
MrSpeakerInc.com. Let's go. Bars. I have forgotten more bars than most have written. Start by sitting. Baby, give me all you got and I will still be spitting. So, do I have bars tonight? Darn right. See, I'm a hard hitter, head splitter, constant spitter, seldom quitter, spoken word transmitter. Ask the people and you will see I spit educational bars continuously, spilling ink, killing trees, delivering hopes and liberties, uplift your spirits, get off your knees mentally, not sexually, stand up straight so you can breathe, close your eyes and see colors, love, joy, honestly, read between the lines, and actually right there, baby, is where you will find the best poetry. In peace.
Woo! Mr. Speaker, you just don't give it up for him.
Always like your work. That was really good.
Thank you.
As dismissed. Woo.
That.
MrSpeakerInc.com. When you spell Mr. Speaker Inc., it is INK. Make sure you go check him out, MrSpeakerInc.com. Love this dude. All right, let's keep it moving. I really think we're just going to be able to start calling people out from Zoom. I'm excited about this. Next coming up is he was here in the audience last week, but he's now going to be able to rock out, and that is Lyrical, loving the hair, loving the ear, brother. I am waiting to hear your poetry. Where can we follow you online? And then let's get into it. You got 2 minutes.
Go. It's Lyrical. You can find me LEARICALGIG, Facebook, Venmo, all that stuff. Usually I do 11 poem, but this time I'm gonna go with something else that tackles addiction to social media and depression. They'll never get it because they're too obsessed with their constant connections not to feel neglected. So they get upset with the ones who've accepted The fact that happiness cannot be measured by likes and follows where comments are hollow, but can't seem to wean off the candy they swallow. Addicted to the drug of social media, the new angel just can never get enough. Puts you in its clutch, that's what it does, till you overdose on all the fake love. Then you wonder why you don't have a life, because you spend it all stuck online, trying to hide behind the lies that you post up on your timeline. As you tantalize all the idle minds who follow you, hoping to find someone to guide them to the light and help strip away their virtual disguise before they take a knife and say their last goodbye, because suicide's the only way they feel alive? Now, how fucked is that? We turn our backs anytime a friend presents the facts. Like, nah, man, it's inside your head, but I think I got what you need instead. Let me pour a drink, pull out the meds. Nothing like a tall glass of ignorance while I say a bunch of fucking nonsense, just so we could try to circumvent talking about the feelings that you're holding in, or actually address some real shit, like all the problems you've been dealing with since being picked on as a kid for being different from the rest of them, when all you can do is hope it ends as you get older, but it doesn't, because the catch is those little bitches are bigger dickheads than back then. The same ones watching you progress while hating behind the internet, blaming your life for their mess because they lack the kind of self-respect that you found through the years of shit they gave you, which made you the man to be so grateful for all that is painful. So in a weird way, I thank you for giving me the strength to be able to say fuck all your labels. Thank you.
Tell them why you mad. Give some energy to Lyrical.
That's great.
Lyrical, you're one of us. You were the cult leader has deemed it so. Make sure you were here with us every Monday night now. I love it. I love the energy he brought. And then you saw, like, right, he went from Superman to Clark Kent real quick after he was done spitting. He put his glasses on, like, I'm just chilling. I'm not threatening anyone. I love it. Lyrical, Learical. Give that dude a follow. Lyrical G. All right. Next coming up, I've got Daniel Villegas. Where is he? Where is he? I saw some video of him rocking not too long ago, spitting the rhymes, burning the mic.
Yeah.
There we go. Daniel,
Yeah.
good to see you, brother.
Yeah.
Let
What's
the
up?
people know where they can follow you online, and you got 2 minutes to do your thing.
Definitely. So you can find me, Daniel Villegas, and I'm just going to do a stream of consciousness. Here we go. En el ritmo que yo voy, como muevo para ser. Hip hop is in my veins, so I feel it. I can't stop. I move through, kind of like those who be moving through the galaxy. See, I hold in my hands most patterns, kind of like Green Lanterns, so I can find. O de volver a para poder empezar lo que yo soy. Let me just switch it and flip it while we been moving. We tripping. Actually, yo, I'm sipping on a little bit of Bahama Mamas. Chilling on the side con los que quiera, so we can be as real as we can be. But the heart kicks the beat, so we got to keep it going like. Así se hace, that's how we do. Así se hace, that's how we do. When we feel it inside, we can't stop being ourselves, so we express, because this is how we find la realidad que somos.
Woo, unmute yourself.
Yes,
Give
the
some love
ending,
to
though.
Yes, I like that.
One of us.
Make sure you go give this dude a follow. Loving the energy, the rhythm, and the beat. I've crossed paths with him many times on tour. We have both been doing it for a while, which is crazy because I know we both look like we're 21. You know, we go into bars and they card us, man. Make sure you go look this dude up, Daniel Villegas. He's been doing it for a while. I love it. I love it. Okay, now we have a collab. So that means our next two poets have 4 minutes total because they are combining their times. Here we go. And we have Mr. Andy Markert and Gina Nepa. Oh, I don't know what's going to happen here. Andy kept hitting me up like, you better be excited. This is going to be great. So both of you, let us know where we can find you online and then rock out.
You can find me on IG. You can see it in the little bubble below my face at Andy Meerkat with 2 T's. Hi, my loves. Content warning for drug addiction and sexual assault. This poem is called Drowning Above Water, a treatise on choking on your last 5 breaths in hopes of making it 4.
When your coke dealer holds your head down, you stop breathing briefly, you stop breathing briefly, you stop breathing. You can hold my head down as long as you'd like, as long as you'll let me up for a line every once in a while.
Blow for blow, you know. He has holes to fill too, you know. I've never had a free taste in my life.
But I hope the obliteration of my body from the inside out, from the outside in, is saccharine sweet to you. You told me it was too expensive to bury my body 6 feet down. So instead, you brought me up, up, up until each fiber of my nervous system was on fire because my body was always meant to be cremated. I'll lick residue off your fingers if you'll finally just take them out of me.
He has holes to fill too, you know. Line, line, line. You don't have to let my head up as long as there's a line at the base of this cliff. If my body breaks, does my heart have to?
If the inside of my nose shatters into a million pieces, will it hurt less when my psyche does?
Fuck you for looking at me with tears in your eyes. I wear my bruises like other people wear Prada.
The honeymoon high went so well. Maybe the marriage of this body to the pain will be okay. It has to be okay.
My heart was always supposed to be out of my chest, pushed between my ribs. It's not like you think I have one anyway.
Sorry, my destruction isn't terrible enough, isn't terrible enough, isn't terrible enough to stop your pulse.
At least he gives me a second glance while he puts the needle in my arm.
He has holes to fill too. You know, you told me you'd be my pusher. I just didn't realize you'd be going all the way in. I went into rehab with delirium tremors and left with a bloody nose.
I walked into rehab with clean urine and left with a bloodstream echoing the destruction the music I listened to promised me I deserved.
Some nights your body refuses to die.
Even when every bit of your mind has already accepted you're more headstone than headstrong.
The 6 feet of earth feels more like a blanket than foreboding.
That when your life sounds like a ghost story, why not become what we pretend to be?
Fill my orifices quickly so I can get to my grave. He has holes to fill too.
He has holes to fill too sometimes. When you put down the shovels, hands filled with a million splintered promises to stop.
A million splintered moments of normalcy, a million splintered pieces of yourself buried into fingers you can barely feel. You recognize you've been hammering away at the rocks at bottom, even though you've been the one getting nailed.
Sometimes.
On a rare morning, the sun breaks over a hill and in a cold sunlight.
You swear there may be warmth washing over a body you'd long forgotten needed it to survive anyway, reminding you.
The best way to keep from drowning is to get out of the water and remember to breathe.
He held my head down, but now I hold mine higher than you could ever make me.
He has holes to fill too, you know.
But so do you.
And his.
And his.
And his.
Don't need to be your grave.
That's all.
Unmute yourselves, give it up. Andy and Gina.
My God.
Y'all just right with
Thank you both. It's so good.
On a threesome.
Goals to fill.
Come on. Wow. Gina Neppa and Andy Markert. You can follow Andy at Andy Meerkat. When you spell Meerkat, that's with 2 T's at the end. And to follow Gina, it is at Gina.Antonia.poetry. She is on Instagram. They are a beast. Oh my God, I love that. I love that. Make sure you give both of them a follow. They're both the mainstay here at the Monday night online open mic. I know what you're thinking. This community is too dope to be real. I feel the same way. Let's keep it moving. Also, I want to let you know, we've got still about another 45 minutes to go. And I am now up to the last poet on the list, the 35th poet. It's 34th because IC isn't here. But we have gotten to the 35th poet and we are ending it with the wild card. That is the withdrawn. After this, we're going to pick people out from Zoom. So if you got a 2-minute poem, get ready because I just may call on you. The withdrawn. Where can we find you online? And then let's get into it.
TheWithdrawn.com and at TheWithdrawn on Instagram is where you can find my gift. It's never about me though, so shout out to the queen at the opposite end of the list. Start at the balls and work your way up till you get to the opposite end of the dick. When I say my throat is dry, I'm insinuating that you open my mouth and let me swallow some of your spit. This be outside regular shit. But let's see how much we bust in about or under these 2 minutes. Whip my tongue out and flick it. Catch you in my mouth like Quidditch. The snitch. We can 6ix9ine it. Role play outside our city accents and pretend like we're British. You don't need no boy, you need a man, duh. I told you I'm about that business. I can't wait till you take this piece and spin it. I'm not that selfish. Come in here, then kiss you, baby, we can split it. I go to the Bronx every weekend because I'm just that committed. Swear I'll put the hell out your head next time and it'll be quiet for you. No cricket. Tell the world or keep it on the low like the way Jay-Z's brim is. I'm nasty, like I'll fuck the shit out of you even if you on your crimson. And that's on period. Wanted you to look me in the eyes because I was dead ass serious. But your door had the last words if I'm being real with this. Let it remind you of our experience, our experiment. Regardless of what year we're in or who the next partner is, you will remember the withdrawn, even though you bring out the government. I'm a fucking kid having fun with it. Pussy B, pa-da-pa-pa-pa, I'm loving it. All right, let me stop talking and go on to book this trip. Then when I get there, catch that 7 train -6.
Bro, you got to wrap it up. We're at 2:30. You got to wrap it up.
Excuse me while I walk off camera like Nick. But before I go, I just want to say to you all, good night, sweet poets.
Give it up.
Bad about the time, sorry.
There's a walk on. Walk on.
Got you in time.
Bye, guys.
See you.
Thewithdrawn.com or at The Withdrawn. I love it. I love it. I love it. You nasty. I love it. Make sure you go give them a follow. The wild card. Love it. Okay. So IC is not here. So I'm going to call on Miro because Miro had given up her spot before for someone else to rock out. So now we are in unknown territory because it's the first time. I'm just going to start randomly picking people from this. And I think Gustav, I'm going to call you next. Miro, are you ready with a 2-minute poem?
I am. I am shook. I am honored. Thank you. Wow. So I know I've been absent for a while, but I've missed you guys. And this night has been awesome so far. So this is brand new shit inspired by a little trip I had in the desert a couple weeks ago. Okay. Nighttime desert cruise illuminated by a big yellow moon silhouetting mountains against purple sky. Perched on a rock, I am listened to, felt, and kissed by you like this is always how we've done it, good and fluid, like you knew me long before the day we just met. It's cold. You go back to the car, fetch me a jacket like a gent. What is this treatment? And we lie back in desert's dust, gaze at the stars the moon let glow, and you laugh as I point with my foot asking, is that Mars? Thanks.
Ooh, unmute yourselves, give it up.
Yes.
Yes, Miro. Next time.
I got an audience in my kitchen.
What was that?
Nicely done, Miro.
Uh-oh, what's going on in the background? Looks like she's having some kind of a party. Miro, make sure that you go give her a follow. Miro reads books. She also published an anthology that many people on the Monday Night Online Open Mic were part of. Go check her out. And she had graciously given up her spot tonight so that Gina and Andy can do their thing. So I'm happy we're able to get to Miro. Okay. We are now going to Gustav Salas. I hope I'm saying his last name right. Gustav, this is your first time performing with us, right?
Yes, it is.
Welcome. Where are you located, brother?
I'm in West Palm Beach, Florida.
Nice weather all year round.
Nice weather all year round, except for hurricanes, indeed.
Oh, yeah, okay. Sorry about that. I walked into that. All right, Gustav, here's the deal. Let the people know where they can find you online, if you have social media. And then after that, you got 2 minutes to read your poetry.
I am super not on social media, but I'm going to get on it. I swear, I see everybody's on Facebook, everybody's on Instagram. I guess I got to do it. Here's my poem. It's called The Gaian Epiphany. I've just had an epiphany. It's all become clear like cut glass crystal from Tiffany that all of this, all we see, we're an organism, interplanetary. God, we're Gaia. We're chaos born. We're not some womb from which we're torn, but rather we're one single entity, one world of infinite diversity. E pluribus unum is one way to put it, and until you see it, your third eye's hooded from the beauty of this revelation, for you must see the implication. Sex, race, religion, these are artificial memes, and by dividing, we've conquered our own higher dreams of evolving into the Gaia mind, or you're willfully choosing to be blind. Then you devolve to become what you believe. Outside this hole as you perceive, a parasite on this earth, our host, you always hurt what you love the most. Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost are patriarchy's highest toast, and monotheism's predicted a disaster. But our destiny we can master, and our higher minds illuminate that ours is Gaia's fate, and the tree of life you must not kill. Love and do what thou will. As above, so below. Love your mother. Let it grow, let it grow, let it grow, let it grow, let it grow. Thank you.
Unmute yourselves. Give it up for
One of us, one of us, one of us, one of us, one of us.
Gustav, the people have spoken. You need to come back here every Monday night. I'm so happy that we got you, Gustav Salas, and Witness Protection Program. So he's got no social media. So it's all, I'm just joking. You know, someone a couple of months ago, they got really mad at me that I made that joke. They're like, I'm not in Witness Protection Program. Why is your host saying that? You should fire him. It was crazy. So I'm glad that Gustav laughed with it. Make sure you check him out. Okay. I got hit up earlier by an Andrea Jacobo. Are you there, Andrea? I think Andrea said she had a 2-minute poem for us. Kemi, you got a 2-minute poem for us? You got to, everyone's scrambling. If you got a 2-minute poem, what about you, Brandy? You're always checking this out. You got a 2-minute poem? Yeah, you. I'm trying to call on people who, yes? Yes? Oh, wait. Okay, let me unmute Brandy. Brandy here takes beautiful pictures of nature and is living her best life. And yet she still takes time out to come and hang out with us. So I'm happy to get you on here right now to rock out. So you got 2 minutes. Let the people know where they can find you online and then do your thing.
Hey guys, my name is Brandy. You can find me at Brandy J. Walker on Instagram. And I don't have poems so much as I have doodles in this notebook. So here we go. My mother sent me a box full of my great-grandmother's things. And in this box was a bowl I made her. And in that bowl was a poem she wrote about my great-grandfather. She raised me to be a woman of substance. And I wore Converse tennis shoes to stay close to the ground. So I shall be a woman of substance and wear my 6'2" self with pride. The end.
Love it. Give it up for Brandy.
One of us. One of us. One of us. One of us.
1-minute poem,
One of
Advocate.
us.
Thank you.
Brandy Walker. Yes. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love the fact that we have so many people here who just come to listen to the poetry and they got some awesome stuff for their own. Brandy Walker, put your info into the chat. The people are asking for it. Wait, did she put it in there? No, they're asking for it. Make sure you put in the chat where they can follow you online. Of course, if you're like Gustav and in the Witness Protection Program, then don't. But I know you're not. Okay, so we're gonna go to Kemi next. Also, I want to give a shout out because I was told earlier. I'm sorry I didn't mention this. Shout out to Luciana. She's another person who comes in like Brandy and is constantly checking us out. She recently lost a loved one. So my love to you, Luciana. I don't know if you're hearing this or not, but I want you to know you in our thoughts. The community got you in our thoughts, and yeah, it's always rough when we hear one of our own are going through it. Of course, when anyone's going through it, but you know, especially one of our own. So we love you, Luciana. A lot of love to you. With that being said, We are now going to a woman. I don't know what poem she's going to do, but I want y'all to know she got a dirty mind, all right? We've had many discussions with this woman, and her mind is just filthy, okay? Now I love it. It is Kemi. Kemi, wait, is this your first time reading on the Monday night?
Yes, it is. I just don't click fast enough. The old fingers don't work too well. But you know, this poem is dedicated to you because it is written for you. It wouldn't have come alive without you. Sailor, prince, you wish to speak my name. Mortal, this goddess shall grace thy wish. Softly aspirate and add ing, ting. Still stumbling? Tongue-tied? This won't do. How will you scream my name and worship? Let me school you. Feather the rim of the double cymbal, high top. Love me a drummer. Why get a single when you can have a double? Syncopate with me. My turn. Your turn. My turn. Hold breath. Sigh. Release. Ting. Your turn. Hold breath. Sigh. Release. Ting. Invoke my name 5 times. Crescendo. Pianissimo to fortissimo. Ting. 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 Bravo, my guppy. You've been spelled. Every breath inhaled, you will exhale my name. Now, advocate, how else would you like me to school you?
I love it. Give
it up.
I really like that.
Put your information into the chat so that people could follow you. And as y'all can see, if my girlfriend ever leaves me, I'm gonna be having me an orgy. That's how I'm gonna get over my girl. She better not leave me unless she wants me to have an orgy. Okay, so let us go. Idionga, do you have a poem, a 2-minute poem you can share? Yes, yeah. Or you'll have time to look for it because we're gonna go to Andrea first. Let me unmute Andrea. And Andrea, can you turn your video on?
Yes, I can. Hi, everyone.
There we go. Yes. Another person, I believe, who has not rocked on the Monday Night Online Open Mic. Is this correct? Your first time?
This is my first.
Yeah, that is awesome. Okay, Andrea, where are you located?
I'm currently in El Cerrito, California, on a lonely land in Oakland, near Oakland. So here in California.
I'm glad that we could connect with you and you're not so lonely now. Let the people know where we can find you online, and you got 2 minutes to rock out.
Okay, you can find me on Make Way for Dre. I'll put it in the chat after. Thank you, Ray, for sending me this link. Be like, come on through. So this song is, I love Oscar de Leon, and there's a song that, En los detalles. So this is kind of like how I enter the space. It's called Filanturia. Sácala, llévala al cine, cómprale un ramo de flores, báñate junto con ella. Llévale la comida a la cama. En los detalles está la clave. In the details, you have the blueprint of the art of filantria, of amor propio, dating yourself, loving yourself in the ways you hope for. It is said that waiting for the person to show you how to love is like waiting for a horse to teach a fish how to gallop. So then, dear one, start with knowing yourself, move through the details of your depth. Detallitos en mano of a warmth felt in the pericardium of your alma. Sácate, go to the museum of your mind, the one that's across the frigid bay waters, the journey that you've always wanted to cross. Pick the green overwind flowers, drop the petals along the way. Inch through the corridors of your mind as you explore lo detalle de amor propio que ilumina like a gold leaf spelling pattern of your most radical self. Cómprate un ramo de tranquilidad. Let stillness hold you close, float in the abundant waves, drifting from the silhouettes of the moments you thought you never overcome, my child. You are safe to roam the world. Báñate, bathe in the warm oat milk waters that hold your mother's soul in your hazelnut hands. Soothe el Espíritu Santo into the citadel of your skin. Callus, the physical artifact of energy resisted. Wrap your hands and feet with the silk of the plátano leaves. Rest in the oil-soaked waters de tibia con vapor. Reprieve in the in-betweens, entre the versions that you will be. Levántate, abrir libros a la cama. Let the wisdom left in bind, cover us at night, lay ourselves to sleep, and dream of liberation, to ser libre, where the moon exposes your average surface. Take yourself in your arms. Sácate. Thank you.
Unmute yourself. Give it up
You're one of us.
So proud of. Put your information into the chat, and you too messed up because not every Monday you're gonna have to be here. The people have spoken. You are one of us, and you can't be starting no poem talking about Oscar Leon. Like, I just want to start to dance right there. Woo! She talking to the salsero with me. I love it. Andrea, welcome to the family. I love it. Okay, Gerald, if you're there, put your video on because I'm gonna call you after Idionga. Let me unmute her. Idionga. Let me. There you are. You are also going to still perform to end the night, the Good Night, Sweet Poet poem. But we got time, and I know you always struggle to get on, so let's hear you. Let the people know where they can find you online, and then you got 2 minutes to rock out.
Sure. You can find me at IE2 Adorn on Instagram. I'm just going to express basically how I feel just being called on right now. So I'm going to say this, right? Can you keep up, baby boy? Make me lose my breath. Make some noise, make me lose my breath. How's the rest of that song go? Anyway, then let me just go back to a haiku that the very first haiku that I ever wrote, actually for you guys. That I performed a long time ago. And it actually started with the words of Toni Morrison, right? And it goes, if you surrender to the air, you could ride it, is what Toni Morrison said. If you surrender to the air, you could ride it like a smitten arrow shot from Cupid's bow, with the trajectory of a shooting star taking aim at the wish of someone's dream coming true. Thank you so much, Advocate. I appreciate you.
Unmute yourselves and get
I admire you guys so much. I love you guys so much.
Idionga is one of those people that's come by and she listens to our work all the time. I'm happy we're able to get her on, and she's going to close out the night for us. So I appreciate you. We're going to hear from her again. Okay, so let's keep going. I wanted to see Gerald hit me up. He said he wanted to perform, and I don't know who he is. And I asked him to turn his video on because I don't know if he is there. So let's keep going. And now we're going to go to someone who I cannot keep my eyes off of. And that is Miss Mariela Salazar. I'm trying to unmute her. What? Why are you surprised I'm calling on you? Who
I didn't know you were talking to me. I normally get ignored, so.
All right, are you ready? Do you have your piece ready?
Yes, I do, I think.
Okay, awesome. Before you begin, let the people know where they can find you online so they can follow you. And no funny business, she's accounted for. I'll cut y'all. So let them know where they can find you online, and then go ahead, get into it, babe.
Okay, I can cut myself. My handle is Made by Mariela. I'll put it in the chat later. And you can find me on my page, not his page. So anyway, strong, independent women, right? This poem I literally wrote last night, so I'm gonna take it for a spin. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, it's called Notting Hill. In a town where I would always be an other, where they told me that crushing my past into a bag of granulated powder could snort up all the courage I needed to survive, that the smell of gasoline would keep me alive because my virtue was mistaken, and all I needed was to awaken the part of me that refused to belong and dance to her own song, and genuineness could be bottled up and sold for Notting Hill real estate, promised me that building a house would buy me a home, didn't realize I pitched this tent alone. It was too cliche not to be a cliched Penny Lane who surrendered to the flickering flame of the dying art of long lost bohemians who, like wolves in sheep's clothing, were always in tune and never on beat, who stood on the feet of rock stars, DJs, and photographers in a production that told me to keep up, stay awake, stay alert, don't be too coy, don't be too cool, don't be too shy, don't play the game, don't be a fool, just stay alive, but play the game. So I played noble savage, crowned myself with a colored hat, cloaked myself in a leather jacket, donned diamond shades, and hid the baggage in my eyes to resemble a knockoff Yoko, discounted by an exotism that was too special to be ignored, but too different to be accepted. So I took a pill in Ibiza, covered myself in SPF, Saint-Tropez, and chased rooftops, flights, and sunsets while I raged against my lonely soul, thinking all that was fleeting could make me whole, and all I needed was to copy and paste the life they told me to lead, that search for lost souls to feed on, who offered up themselves to a town where I would always be an other, until what was left of me was smothered in still, quiet solitude. Thank you.
Unmute
Wow,
yourself and give it up.
That was
Absolutely beautiful.
Bravo.
Thank you.
I love that copy and paste line right there. I know we can all relate to that. Made by Mariella. Make sure you go check her out on Instagram. I knew she was going to be awesome. Great job, babe. All right, let's keep it moving. I'm going to go to Diane Ward and then Lynn Lane, because we haven't heard from Lynn Lane in a while. Let me unmute Diane Ward, who couldn't be here last Monday night because she was rocking out uptown for the peoples. Diane, it is good to see you. The floor
Hi,
is yours.
can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yes.
I hear you
okay.
well.
I missed you. I missed you. I missed you. And so we have 2 minutes, and so I'm going to get right in it. It's called I Have Only 2 Minutes with You Tonight. I have only 2 minutes with you tonight. So consider why this pandemic occurs and cause. Consider our response positively. Consider again and decide your role as an individual. And then with my remaining minute, I suggest we consider each other and those we hold dear, and wish to consider as cause to positively change or add to our combined expiration. Consider our limited time. Consider our responsibility to each other. Consider the potential for good. I do believe we each have good potential in some way, deeper inward in some rather than others. My time is soon up. Yours will follow. I tried my best. Can you say the same? I am still considering what is best. My time is up, so is yours. So use time wisely. I am trying. Maybe we can add our 2 minutes together and reach an infinity. Thank you.
Unmute yourselves. Give it up for Diane.
Speaking of truths, yes, Diane.
Nice.
Always good. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Diane Ward, give it up for her. Oh, I love her. And I am using my time wisely. I am being patient and waiting for her to divorce her husband. That is how I'm waiting for. Diane Ward, make sure that you follow, Diane isn't on social media, but she is working with our co-host, Ron Mark Thompson, and she hosts many different workshops and stuff like that. She is awesome. I got to meet her in person. I got on one knee and everything. It was great. And then I hugged her and I went to let go and she squeezed me in. I'm wearing it down. Okay, let us continue going on. Next up is a man we haven't heard from in a while. And that's important we stay in contact with him because eventually we're going to be hosting open mics in his place. And that is my man, Lynn Lane. Lynn, it is so good to see you. I am excited to hear you. Let the people know where they can find you and also your awesome photography. and then go ahead. 2 minutes is yours.
All right, so I'll just put it. I'll put it in the chat. There's a bunch of links. So this is a new piece. It's called Postmodern Punk Rock Forgotten Memories. DC license plates defined a sonic time machine packed with power and politics. 24 years old, booking bands, blasting and bending boundaries of a second jazz-infused academic world. 2 years prior, spent spinning black and colored vinyl on a low wattage college radio station to an audience of 24 perked and pierced ears, violently pushing 4-chord mayhem into a post-pubescent military boarding encampment. My single string soul was found dangling beyond urethane, rolling on a bent wooden surface, avoiding all responsibilities before the broken maroon sun rose again. Canvases stacked in corners held false stories buried in postmodern theory. Foucault and Baudrillard promised intellectual freedom, but only created new theoretical walls to mentally lock me down. I sit with this unsteady life, holding a leaky, featherless quill pen, or sometimes exhausted fingers touching a dusty keyboard, missing the letters to my name. Trusting a failing memory to recall my own forgotten, tarnished history. Now, I just write and create a new version of myself. Poem.
Give it up for Lynn Lane.
Lovely Lynn.
Oh,
welcome back.
Well, wow.
You were missed.
So good.
Good to have you back, man. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Lynn Lane, so happy to hear that man's voice. Love it, love. And his photography is awesome too, multi-talented. Make sure you go give him a follow. Check him out. Okay, so next we're going to go with Gerald. After Gerald, Marilee Johnson. If you have a poem or something to share under 2 minutes, and after that, we're going to get to Propaganda Poet, who's been patiently waiting. I see he keep putting it up. I got 2 minutes, man. Give it to me. So I want to make sure I get to everyone who's still interested. Gigi's here. I don't know if Urban Cowboy Poet's here. I don't know if they want to rock out. So let's go now to Gerald, who's never been on the Monday Night Online Open Mic, I believe. So this is your first time, right, Gerald?
Yes. It's a pleasure to be here, guys. And it's
where are you located?
I'm in East Africa.
Oh, awesome. So you staying up late to be with us. I'm glad we were able to get you
5
on.
a.m. here.
Gerald, let the people know where we can find you online, especially since you're staying up so late. And then you got 2 minutes to rock out. Go ahead.
My IG handle is James Carlton. It's James Carlton 7789. Yeah. Okay, I have a poem to present called Mistari Hatari. In Swahili, that means dangerous lines, right? Niko na mistari. Hatu hawana habari. Nipe heshima kama msani. Nimekuja hapa na utulivu, sina utani. Tunaweza safiri kwa ndoto. Muziki wangu ni kwa wajiri. Muziki wangu ni kwa wajiri, kwa maskini, wazee kwa watoto. Hii dawa ni moto. Asante, kuroga hapa New Yorican ni kama kushinda loto. The last line literally translates, and that means that I thank you for giving me this platform to perform on the New Yorican. It's like winning the lotto. Thanks, man. Thanks.
Gerald, you have to check out Unmesh's open mic on Saturday morning.
Yes, Gerald, make sure you put your information into the Zoom chat so people can follow you. And listen, I'm a selfish dude, Gerald. So I want you to stay up real early in the morning and lose sleep so you could come hang out with us. I think that's the first time on the Monday night that we've gotten a poem in Swahili. Did I say it right? It was in Swahili? Thumbs up? Yes? Yes. First time we've gotten a poem here in Swahili. Oh, that's awesome. I love this group. I love it. Gerald, put your info in the chat so people can follow you. As you heard our cult leader say, you are now one of us. All right, I forgot who I said was going to be next, but I know a bunch of people I know. Oh, Marilee Johnson. That's right. Marilee Johnson. Let me unmute Marilee. We finally got to hear her last week, back-to-back weeks now. Marilee, you can let the people know they can find you online if you out and about like that. And then go ahead, read your poetry.
Okay, I just have a haiku to go with my haiku trend of last week. Just one. This is about Hurricane Ida hitting New York City. To those who died in water-filled basements and cars, we remember you. That's it.
Thank you for the love. Open, unmute
Beautiful.
yourselves and give it up for Marilee.
Nice.
Wow,
Beautiful.
yay.
Nice.
We do remember
Nice.
them.
Thank you for that.
And prayers.
Thank you, Marilee. Make sure you and your haikus come back. I love it. Haiku. See, for me, the thing I learned about poetry is supposed to be succinct. You're supposed to say a lot with very little. It's supposed to have rhythm and be succinct. So I love haikus and tankas and limericks and all that stuff. So I love it. I love it. Okay, let's keep going. I think I said propaganda poet is next. We're going to get to, I know Gigi's here. She's got one. I think Mr. Tessa Somok is here. He probably got one. So I'll make sure that we get, oh, Urban Cowboy Poet. Urban Cowboy Poet is next after propaganda poet. Let the people know where they can find you online and get into it, brother.
You calling me out? I'm throwing peace signs, not 2 minutes. Peace signs, man. But I joined the 21st century and I got a link tree now, so you can just get all my stuff on link tree there. Thank you all tonight for all the amazing word tornadoes. So I'm going to throw some word tornadoes at you here. Okay, number one. We're all just boneyard body bags wandering to and fro, paging concealed spirits, wondering when we'll let them go. There's a labor shortage, y'all. 9 lives lost to the cost of living. 8 days of work week never done. 7 times survival screams. 6 souls cannot be saved. 5 more left alive. 4 bodies found. 3 ran down. 2 left. 1. If I had a hammer, I'd throw it like Thor. I'd throw it to the farthest end reaches of the earth and it would come back to me. If I had a hammer, I'd probably lose the damn thing because I'd be just another silly little man trying to play God. And then this one is for Ron, who dared me to write a happy poem. So he dared me yesterday, so here it is. This is called New Yo Sunshine. Every time I spill my sunshine, you bring flowers into my darkness. In a world that is far too ugly, far too often, your beauty keeps me alive. Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for encouraging my behavior. Thank you for being who you are and doing what you do and making the world a better place.
Encourage the behavior. Give it up for him.
I like encouraging the behavior.
Beautiful.
I like encouraging the behavior.
Beautiful.
Have y'all noticed Ron Mark Thompson's getting more gangster? He's cursing at people. He's daring them to write happy poems. You go be happy right now, propaganda. I wish I was in on that conversation. Make sure you give Propaganda Poet a follow, Bear Wolf on Facebook. And now we're going to the man who likes to share the legends, and we love to hear it, the Urban Cowboy Poet. Let them know where they can find you online, and you got 2 minutes for a legend.
I'm unmuted. Urban Cowboy Poetry, Facebook, YouTube. Only a couple of my urban legends are under 2 minutes, so go. And this one's a happy one, too. Okay. May 12, 1863 was the day of a battle between the blue and the gray when a young Union soldier got in the way of the bullet and shot through his testicle. He got help from a medic. He was hurting like hell. Then off in the distance, they heard a faint yell. The bullet had lodged in a sweet southern belle, in her womb, if you want to get technical. The shot planted his seed and began to reshape her. This marvel was writ up in a scholarly paper by the attendant field surgeon named L.G. Capers. Life grew from ballistic inception. Tell us who did this, her parents kept urging. She stuck to her story that she was a virgin. This were confirmed by the Confederate surgeon. Immaculate was her conception. The gal met the Yankee whose baby she carried. They soon fell in love, and then they got married. He stayed with his family till the day he was buried. For a miracle that shooting had done. Them were our nation's most god-awful days. Brother killing brother, blues against grays. The Lord had done work in mysterious ways to unite warring tribes for the sun. Now, Dr. Capers, a Confederate colonel, reported this case in a medical journal about a Civil War projectile act in Patron that his peers and his editors been had. Doc later claimed that he wrote it in fun, but the medical world swore the deed had been done. If you ask me, little grandchild, that son of a gun was your grandpapa's great-great-granddad. Thank you very much.
Ooh, unmute yourselves. Give it up for the
Thank you,
legend,
Urban
urban
Cowboy.
cowboy poet.
Tommy,
the urban cowboy poet on YouTube. Make sure that you look him up. And I got a question from Viviana Brenner asking, normally the open mic list is closed. Tonight, we're just going to random people on Zoom. So Viviana, if you've got a poem, let me know, because I got space for about 3 more people. And I've got Gigi and Tessa Somok up next. Let me unmute Gigi, who's also gangster. All right, she's going to speak proper to all of you right now, but she is gangster. Gigi, where can the people follow you online? And you got 2 minutes. Go ahead.
You can follow me at iron_resilience, or you can look at my website at arcadian-poetry.com. I wasn't even expecting to read tonight, so I got a little something. It's real sad, so buckle up, kiddies. This week my mom was in the hospital. She's okay now though, but like it was really scary. So this one's called Call Dad. I need to call Dad. An ambulance call played in the back burner as I waited and answered the paramedics' questions. I followed as tears covered exits, a panicked driver holding my breath. I muffled to my sister. I was strong for Dad, and I can't be strong for this. I need to call Dad. Packed emergency rooms. I talked to doctors about medications, about symptoms, histories longer than my life, but concentrated, trickled down now into footnotes and test tubes. I need to call Dad. Tell him where Mom is. Tell him we're in the emergency room. He's her healthcare proxy. No, wait, I was his. I need to call Dad. Why isn't he answering? A man in scrubs standing next to me read aloud his name for emergency contact. He's dead. My mouth moved and my mind was catching up. He took down my name and my number, and I could barely spell my last name for him. Home isn't answering. Home is right here. Home is lying next to me in a hospital bed. Home is in a hospital waiting room, waiting for me to finish here. And I'm holding a phone, and I just need to call Dad. Thank you.
Give some love to Gigi. I'll unmute yourself.
Gigi. Love you. You guys can hear my mom sounding in the background.
So glad she's okay.
Love
Yes,
you.
yes.
So fucking.
Love to Gigi. She is a mainstay here at the Monday night online open mic. She was around last year, well into it with us last year when she lost her father. So that's, of course, touching because we know Gigi's story. We love you, Gigi. Mass support to you, the gangster. Also reminds me, I should have mentioned this earlier. I'm so sorry I didn't. Jason Quinones, who is one of the general managers at the New Rican Poets Cafe 2 nights ago, he lost his mom. So Jason, sending you love too. You know, a bunch of us were part of the club that lost, their parents. And it's rough. I know he's lost his father, now he lost his mother. So we love you, Jason. And we especially love your hair, brother. I hope you're well. I'm sending all the strength in the world to you. All right, let us go to Mr. Tessa Somok. And I didn't hear back from Viviana Brenner. I don't know. I don't know what she's doing. So hit me up, Viviana, if you want to read. Now we're going to our Tez Talk, as we like to say, with the professor. Mr. Tessa Somok, let the people know where they can find you online, and you got 2 minutes to rock out.
All right, folks can catch me on Instagram under Gaseous 2019. We're gonna roll fast. For Mr. Paul Skiff, the totalitarian smirk. At the end of empire in the graveyard of the roads paved with good intentions, the totalitarian and the strong henchmen recycle and self-inflict the tactics of post-war Europe, no longer frozen by the glaring demand for empty democracy, no longer paralyzed by the catastrophic end of American political ideology. The loss of the external enemies has re-triggered a reflexive refactoring and of cannibalizing your own descent, lurching the tactics of COINTELPRO back on track, the wrong track. The realm of vigilantism attempting to replace the rule of law, creating the state of exception where they refused to be bound by the law. The piracy and privateering sanctions back in 1585 as the Elizabethan maritime expansion, reverb as the vigilante committees of the South in the 1830s. To keep blacks and abolitionists from advocating against slavery. The Northerners founded vigilante communities to hunt and pirating of fugitive slaves. On the West Coast, vigilante communities were formed on the Barbary Coast in 1851 to hijack slave ships to resell at Wall Street. At least 8 states have passed laws, so-called fetal heartbeat laws, not Texas end runs of the federal courts, but it prohibits state government officials from enforcing the ban. Instead, it outsources the job to privateers, anti-abortion vigilantes, deputized to go to court and sue anyone who performs an illegal abortion or aids or abets such a procedure. The purveyors of law and order find themselves with enmity, and the politics of realism that should adequately limit catastrophic conflicts. Instead, they birth a stillborn, ready for ideological, irregular warfare. Today, the modern state is fielding an army of partisans, a racial guerrilla warfare, an irregular fighter, not in uniform, not necessarily carrying weapons, the partying from the sanctioned status regular forces, the politically engaged, mobile, demonstrating flexibility, speed, and the ability to switch from attack to retreat, choleric, defensive, intention, too much mobility dependent on a greater power, and the partisan is
You got to wrap it up.
A tool for those in power.
What a way to end it when I needed to give it up.
Wow, that was a packed 2 minutes.
Mr. Tesosomo Gaseous 2019 on Instagram. Go check him out. And I haven't read all the messages, but a lot of people are hitting me up saying they love the 2 minute that we're getting through so many poets. We may move to 3 minutes. I don't know if we're going to move to 2 minutes permanently, but we'll work on it. Right now, I'm going to Viviana Brenner. Viviana, are you able to turn your video on? Where is? There she is. Viviana, yes, your first time with us. Am I correct?
Yes, absolutely.
Awesome. Where are you located?
Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay. Northeast Corridor. Yeah, what? Okay. Go ahead. Let the people know where they can find you online, and you got 2 minutes to rock out.
Instagram, Vivian_M.B. And the name of my poem is As Calm as the Waters Are Today, So as High as They Can Be Tomorrow. As far as the eye can see, covering the horizon, a meadow in all its beauty, with a sudden shake of the ground, it's separated, and it becomes an unbelievable sight. For all you see is a dark abyss on the forefront. The mind is at peace as you enjoy the breeze, the calm, the sanctity of the moment. Then the breeze blows a bit harder, and just that quick the skies darken and the lights flash. The ground is saturated, and in all its glorious beauty, the land and the sky seems to be angry. All falls down and gets ripped out of its place, and it stops. It's to start anew. Today, right now, use what has fallen to stand up higher, to rebuild and make you stronger. For out of destruction comes those stronger, built inside and out.
Unmute yourself.
Yes,
Give it up. Viviana Brenner, and I love the fact you said she's playing mom right there, right? She's poet and mom at the same time. Shout out to all the parents. I know what it's like. Y'all gotta give love to the kids and still trying to be your own person. I love that. Viviana Brenner, make sure you put your info so that people can follow you online. And as you heard, you did too. You messed up. You're gonna have to be here every Monday now. The people asked for it. They said you're one of us. All right. So now we're going to Finn Bell. Let me unmute Finn Bell, a mainstay here at the Monday night online open mic. Finn, let the people know where they can find you online, and then 2 minutes is yours.
Well, all I have to say is follow the Poetry Global Network. You can find them on all social media. So this is called Pacific Deconstructed. Your hands, my hands, in close quarter, rubbed raw, the snake-coiled menace, branching to constrict, floating of ash and refuse. Body on vacation, thoughts back stateside. Impatient steam of steady teeth between grates inside of cheek. Bitten, we were the same shade into dark, muddied over, oh, salty brine. Drink life back into my stigmata. Hurt me, baptize me, absorb me. It is love that I drain the Pacific of with my thirst. Bite into cotton, the silver dollars that I offer Karen. My tongue can feel the slip inside upon the plinth I was once pristine, scented of rose at Cadav, where you placed your altar, ecstatically flame-licked, Teresa de Avila, happy to burn for you. Eye of the rotund, milk-giving breast. I remember how I was once a daughter of blood and bone, of root and wood. My monstrosity, a pneumatic clot of beauty.
Give it up for Finn.
My Finn, oh my God, my Finn.
I really like
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
Amazing work.
Thank you.
Like a
Thank
true
you. Thank you.
Day
Thank you.
before Thanksgiving, and I
true
leave.
tempest.
Finn Bell, Finn _ Bell, PHYNNE_BELLE. Idionga, you got the poem ready? Are you ready for it? Awesome. So with that being said, we are actually over time, but that's cool because I think we got to like 43, 44 poets. We heard like 8 new voices today. Make sure that you're following me on Instagram and Twitter and YouTube at Advocate of Wordz. When you spell words, that's with a Z at the end, you know, hip hop or what, poetic license. So you can find out all of the information going forward about how we're going to change up the Monday night to try to get on some more of the new poets, to try to get on some more poets during the actual open mic. Next week, definitely 4-minute time limit. We're going to go back to the regular time limit next week and probably the week after that. But then after that, I really think we're going to go to 3 minutes. I really think that's going to help get some more poets on and move things along a little quicker. So make sure you're following New Eureka Poets Cafe on Facebook and YouTube. This tonight was recorded. It's going to be on the Facebook and YouTube of the New Eureka Poets Cafe, including all of our past shows that we've been doing online. So make sure that you go and check that out. So what we have here is a tradition here in season 2. Usually in season 1, I had closed out the Monday night online open mic with the Good Night Sweet Poet poem, but I felt like, you know, I keep wanting to promote the community. So we end with a voice from the community. You've heard my voice all night, and you're going to hear my voice all night on Monday. You're going to hear my voice all night tomorrow. So let's hear someone else's. With that being said, it was a pleasure having you tonight. Idionga, take us home.
I would like to actually do something a little special for you, Advocate. I'm Nigerian, and my language and my culture is actually the grandfather tribe of Nigeria, so it's the original language. So I'm going to attempt to do the Good Night Sweet poem in my language, if that's okay. Okay. Oh, and I lost you.
Wait, you muted yourself. Hold on.
Can you hear me?
Oh, now I hear you. Okay. Go ahead.
All right. Esiere ina mesariko. Sasanga arinong ina fudinpo for me wet. Esiere ina mesariko. Sasanga aridarini ariko. Esiere ina mesariko. Yagna fudinpo for kereng mbanga afonakan a fudinpo for mako. Esiere ina mesariko. Sasanga arimie eset Miguel Algarin kufagufo. Mfan Ado Monday night online open mic. Ye New Eureka Poets Cafe. Ye Advocate of Wordz. Kayang a photo roll. Ayang mi Ado Idionga Edidiong Monica Taitizudoe Kanem. Nyamududo Kofien. Esiere ina mesariko. Good night,